Hello.
I was like, whoa, what happened?
Hello. Welcome back
What
to
up?
Monday Nerd Theory, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. What you just saw was a snippet of the cinematics so far from what we have. However, this is by no means what the actual fan film will look like. This is like freaking Super Nintendo compared to what it'll actually look like, and I feel like we could compare it to probably like a PS5. If you want to compare what the quality will be. But anyways, I appreciate you if you guys become members for 99 cents a month. I'll be hosting a lot of exclusive stuff all the time for you. It'll probably take me a year and a half to make the whole thing, and it'll cost well over $250,000 for sure. But anyways, we're not here to discuss that just yet. I'll be announcing more regarding the film in a bit. But we're here with Papa Josh, who
Oh, hello.
you know is a father now.
I am a dad.
For 2 weeks now, I think.
Yes, and it's the same deal with my son. It's nothing compared to what he'll look like after a lot more work and growth. He's like the snippet right now of a human.
He's the loading screen.
Yeah, he's in the loading screen, but he's still pretty cute. Everybody seems to like him, so that's pretty cool, dude. I like what I see in the cinematic. So is that in Unreal? I think I asked you this before, but is that in the Unreal Engine or?
No.
It looks really good, dude.
We don't want to use game engines.
Oh yeah,
because it looks too gamey. But yeah, anyways, that the asset for Vader there isn't what we're going to be using for the film. That's just like a video game asset.
really?
That and I did the superhero landing because I just wanted to do it for the cinematic, but like it's
Yeah.
all going to be redone for the film, and it'll
Okay.
look completely different. So yeah, we're gonna have to build Vader from scratch.
Okay.
There's certain things like his legs need to be bigger, his chest, his everything needs to be thicker, bigger. This just doesn't look like Vader, but it's just like a proof of concept of what we can do and what we will do, and for me to just kind of get my creativity juices flowing.
Yeah. No, that's super cool. The people that you're working with are very
Yeah,
professional.
they're very, very talented. Very
Yeah.
talented team. Yeah.
Do they have like some crazy credits? Have they worked on other?
Oh, they've worked on the movies we see in the theaters.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
One of them
That's
is working
sweet.
on Black Panther 2 right now.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, those VFX guys, they're incredible. They get worked pretty hard too in Hollywood. It's
Oh, yeah.
wild. You know. So
Mhm.
yeah. But it looks good.
From DreamWorks, who's also worked at all the other companies and stuff. Very talented team, and I'm banding together a very powerful team to deliver a really good product. So it ain't gonna be cheap, people.
It ain't
Right?
cheap.
We need new
Spared
members.
no
We
expense.
need new members.
Spared no expense.
At no expense.
Yeah,
Members,
that's
super
sick.
chats, just flood it in, man. All your
There
money's
you
gonna
go.
be going towards making that movie, and
Yeah, man.
the sabers will be coming out soon, so all that money will be going towards the movie as well, plus the next saber. So
Sick.
yeah. Anyways, trying to
Sick.
fund everything myself according to Lucasfilm's rules. Everyone, even though other people don't do that, but whatever.
Well, they don't hate these other people.
I know.
I mean, that's what it is. They're like, oh man, this theory, dude. Screw this guy. But
Yeah.
yeah, but you'll get it done. I mean,
I will.
In the topic of in tonight's stream, it is sort of a weird time for Star Wars as a brand. And I think that, you've been saying over the past couple of weeks, maybe even months, that fan films and like fan design is like what's gonna ultimately save Star Wars, or like save the fandom in some ways. And
I don't know about save the fandom, but I think like connect the fandom when we
that's fair.
possibly don't get movies or whatever things that we like to see. So I figured today's episode of Nerd Theory, since there isn't really any news to talk about, and we get Andor in a couple weeks, and Cobra Kai is coming out in just a few days. Subscribe to my Cobra Kai Theory channel, Cobra Kai Theory, and we get was it D23?
D23 this Saturday. Marvel and Star Wars share a panel.
Yeah,
they better come correct, dude. Star Wars better come correct.
Yeah.
Because the rumors that are popping off for Marvel are wild, and I haven't heard anything for Star Wars, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
You can assume that they'll talk about Andor to talk about the shows. I'd love movie announcements.
Yeah.
Even just one movie announcement would be cool. But yeah, I don't really know what to expect. Maybe they'll actually, blow us away. Either way, we'll talk about whatever they announce, of course, on Monday, and we'll probably both do vids on it. So
Yeah.
I honestly hope that they do bring some awesome stuff, because to share a stage with Marvel, it's one thing that Marvel will often do things that create a lot of buzz and news, right? That's all well and good, but it's another thing to actually share a stage with them. And if you're not actually going to come correct, like, that's just going to be a really bad look. So.
That just means it's going to have to be tit for tat kind of thing. They're going to have like one Star Wars project for one Marvel project.
Exactly.
Otherwise, people are going to be like, what?
Yeah, and I'm actually really curious about that. Like, what is that even going to look like? Is Star Wars going to go first, and then Marvel? Are they going to come up and literally be on the same stage together? I don't really know, but yeah, I'm hoping that they come with some cool stuff, man. I mean, they've been quietly working on quite a bit of content. There's a lot of confusion about when some of it's arriving, like the Bad Batch season 2 and even Acolyte and things like that. So if they can give some clarity, I think that would also help. So
yeah. So anyways, tonight's video is going to be a little fun one, and we want the community to engage with us as well, of course, because you guys are the fans. All of us are the fans, and I would like to propose a sort of like live fan fiction of like, what if the fans owned Lucasfilm? So like, not if what if me or Josh, like, what if the fans owned Lucasfilm?
right.
And so what I would do, let's say you and I owned Lucasfilm, okay, or like we got to make decisions there.
Mhm.
And by the way, no judgment. This is not to hurt anyone's feelings or anything like that, but this is just two Star Wars fans. We're just Star Wars nerds. We're talking about what we would do. All right, don't get bent out of shape over it. So I'm not on Twitter anymore, so you can't tag me. All right. Okay, so what I would do is I would fire Kathleen Kennedy.
Mhm.
I would promote Dave Filoni to the head of Lucasfilm, and I would ask Jon Favreau if he wants to take a, I don't know about a presidential position, but maybe to be like in tandem with Jon. Him and Jon could run it.
Yeah.
Dave and Jon could run it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a lot of other stuff going on, because I know he's not like married to Lucasfilm. He does stuff for Disney, and he does his own stuff and all that. So, anyways, in this fantasy, they all say yes, and they go on to lead certain Star Wars projects. I would take a lot of people that Disney hired at Lucasfilm, right? Because Lucasfilm was an amazing company before Disney took it, and they interjected a lot of their own staff, and they fired a ton of the OG people who worked at Lucasfilm
and dropped relationships with a lot of
and
people they worked with before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, these are the guys who like built Lucasfilm with George, and they just canned them. I would get rid of a ton of Disney employees that were interjected during the merger, and I would call up all the old folk who built Lucasfilm with George and were working at Lucasfilm, and I would ask, "Hey, would you like your job back? And I'll give you this compensate. I'll make it worth your while." We'd get those guys back. LucasArts would be reinstated. We would start immediate production on a new KOTOR. We would remaster all the old ones, not remake. We would remaster the same story. And then we would, for animation, I would say we would. Clone Wars is done, but we can go in between and we can create a whole series around the Son of Dathomir, which is a comic series that was never created in animation, but it was amazing. It was one of the best series. It was with Darth Maul and Count Dooku, and it really told the story in between there from season 5 to season 6, where Maul was captured. And I think that in animated form, the Clone Wars fashion, would be like everyone would watch that. I would then get a show on young Palpatine, essentially just the Darth Plagueis novel, and I would have it as a series or as a movie or maybe a trilogy, perhaps a movie. Screw shows, movie. Let's do a trilogy. And then I would do, I would scrap the sequels. I would redo them completely. So we could do deep fake, whatever, but we would get Mark Hamill back. We'd get Harrison Ford, and we would just have them younger. And I would take it from pretty much maybe just a few years after Return of the Jedi.
Mm.
And we would tell the story that happens in between all that. Episode 7, 8, 9 doesn't exist. But I would take elements from those stories. Like Kylo Ren was really cool. I would take Kylo Ren. I would take Rey, but I would change her completely. I wouldn't make her so much of a Mary Sue, so much of a perfect being. Then I would work on. I would have them do a perhaps like a Jango Fett story, something like that.
Yeah.
His younger years before Boba, before all that, before the Clone Wars, before Count Dooku even came into contact with him, because he has a really cool story of when he was a kid, and I would go to his like youth, and I would make a show or a movie about that, and Jaster Muriel and all that. We could do a young Yoda. We could do. I don't know about Mace Windu coming back. I think it's just too fan fictiony. Like that's something for like my fan film. It's like it's a fan film. It's not real, right?
Yeah.
But I think him coming back ain't really all that. Just too fake. But it's possible. What else? What would you do?
Well, I mean, to start with, I do like the idea of like whether Kathy exits after contract or is actually fired. I think she needs to go for sure. And I also like the idea of John and Dave, coming to the fold. But I think this is the thing, right? I think like let's say if this fantasy is happening, right?
It's happening.
Because like Mark, dude, a couple of weeks ago, like Mark blew my mind when he said that like Disney would maybe eventually divest Star Wars or sell Star Wars, right? I was like, there ain't no way. And then like I thought about it, and the more I thought about it, I was like, it's actually possible.
I don't think
So,
so,
well, let's just say it happened
Shocked.
and we got it, or let's say like the fan collective got a hold of it or something like, and it's just everybody's got it, and we put like proposals through like a thing, and then the fan base votes, et cetera, right? I think regardless of whatever you do, you have to come out with a statement that implies that you are going to do things way differently, right? Because like without that, and I think this is sort of the problem with especially John and Dave, but with John, they are against the narrative that Kathleen Kennedy has messed up. They are personally against the narrative that Lucasfilm. I know, but that's what I'm saying is like, and also Hollywood's such an insular town. Like, I gotta be honest, like, I don't think Jon Favreau will ever badmouth Kathy Kennedy. Like, just period. Like, I don't think he will.
A respectful guy, and I mean,
yeah.
Why would he? We don't even badmouth her. We just think that she's not good for Star Wars.
Right. So, but the thing is, for me, like the most important thing, the hardest pill to swallow, I think, for like Lucasfilm employees, John or Dave or whomever, would be that if I really came in and in charge, I would say we are going to signal in a big way that things are going to be different. What that means is admitting that the way things were done before, perhaps in the past 5 years, was not the right way to do them. That's a really hard pill for them to swallow, right? So that's like the whole thing for me. Like that would be so important to if I bought it. And to be honest with you, if John and Dave if nobody was willing to do that, I'd fire everybody. I would literally get rid of everybody. I would gut it completely and start anew. Because in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, right, is that it's if it's not too far yet in the scenario we're talking about, it's probably gotten too far. And the brand it really has lost its identity. We've lost merchandising, we've lost licensing, we've lost the ability to permeate pop culture. There's no young people coming into the brand. Things are down, right? Like attendance at parks, et cetera, et cetera. So I'd probably announce a big like signal shakeup, whether that was, if John and Dave would come along for this ride, I would absolutely love that. But if not, I'd probably I'd move on. And I know like this wouldn't be your choice, but I would probably bring Feige in or somebody of Feige's ilk. 100%, I would. And I would say we're gonna take at least a year, with zero Star Wars content. Because at this point, like they're barely making Star Wars content anyways. But I would say we're doing a hard stop. And the next time you see us talk about Star Wars, we're going to have a grand vision of what Star Wars is going to be moving forward. And we are going to work like demons to make sure that it is up to the standards of George. Which brings me to the next thing, and it is absolutely 100% essential. I don't care what you have to do. If you have to literally hit your knees in front of this old New Balance wearing homie, you need George back in some capacity. You need his seal of approval, 100%. So you basically need to get him in a room and explain, if you don't do this, George, even your legacy is going to be affected. You need to like hard sell him on the fact that like it's bad, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad.
Yeah, I don't know if he would do that, especially after being so insulted now. But every project you'd have Dave call him. If let's say Dave's on board, you'd have Dave call him and be like, "Hey, like what do you think about this?" And if George is like, "Yeah, sure," then you do it. But if he's like, "No, we're not doing it," like whatever George says, we do.
Yeah.
And then eventually he's going to be back into it because I mean, we're not shoving him out like Disney did.
Yeah. You need him involved, even if it's in a superficial way. The problem with George is I don't know how much he can do that. He needs to be like in it. And it's one of those things where
he wants to do that.
Right, but here's the thing. I think you can strike a balance. Like what they do with Toriyama, okay? So like with Toriyama, like he's old and doesn't care about Dragon Ball anymore, right? But they can still get him to like give them sketches, give them premise, give them character, and then they'll go out and fill in the blanks.
Well, he still like he still checks over a lot of the manga. I saw.
I actually don't think he checks over the manga. I think for the movie, for this new one, he was involved in ideas and beats. Like he basically told them, he was like Gohan, Piccolo, like Goku and them, nah, like you know what I mean, and like kind of like did that. But I think at one time he was really involved in the manga, but ever since Torotaro, I want to say Danny would know better than me on this, but I believe he's the one that told me about this. It's like essentially Torotaro now it's now his show completely with the manga, which some people think has led to some of the weirdness that goes on. But the point is, like, you in my dream scenario, right? It's like step number one, big time signal to the public that Star Wars is going to come back in a big way and that we're doing something really crazy with it. Step number two, getting George involved at some level, even if it's just signing off on things, like kind of like what you were saying, right? So that's like key. And then number three is a plan, bro. Imagine that, a plan. And I know that like you were naming off a lot of projects that I think would be really fun.
Oh, I'm still not done. I'm so
yeah, no, and that's for me, I kind of want to
go.
Yeah, or change it like top to bottom.
13, the game is being released.
Yeah.
The Darth Maul game being released.
Yeah.
All these canceled games that LucasArts had, we're working on them again. I don't care if it doesn't fit the new canon or the old canon. People don't care. They just want a cool game to play. We can have it in a different universe, whatever. Heck, keep the sequels. I don't give a crap. They're still there. You can still buy the sequels. You can still see them. But it happened in an alternate timeline. It's a Legends version. It ain't canon anymore. We go and remake the sequel trilogy the way George wanted to, with Darth Maul coming back, training Talon, Luke rebanding the Jedi Order through the galaxy, which is now fractured from the void, the vacuum that Palpatine's death has created. And maybe we'll even throw in some different ideas like Core Vellum or something like that. You know, I'm going to call up Colin Trevorrow and be like, hey, Colin, I want you on this project, man.
Right.
Come and write the sequel trilogy with me.
Yeah. So like I like that idea. My thing would be like the way that I would handle that would be like doing that, but kind of like without saying it out loud. So like essentially I wouldn't retcon the sequels, but I would sort of like, again, I would just signal that what we're doing is totally different and what happened before has zero bearing on it, basically. So like essentially the same idea as you, but I just wouldn't I wouldn't go that far. Yeah.
We just wouldn't say anything. We would just go on to create stories, to be honest, in between 7, 8, 9. So it doesn't even fall in
I'd
that
go
timeline.
further. So like I would go to the point. Here's what I would do. I would go at least 100 years into the future, probably more, and then I would have references back to the Skywalker saga, but
Yeah.
not like the sequels. Like I would just talk about like Anakin, essentially. Like he would be the only real thing that kept being called back to. And perhaps, and this could be actually really fun, what if like 500 years into the future, the perception of Anakin is completely different than what we as fans know happened, right? Like you could do something like that where it's like a false narration that's sort of been built over time and he's worshipped as something that he wasn't, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Like there's I think
Mm,
an interesting like I'm all about new, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm all about new. I really think that you can capture the spirit of Star Wars and it's very heavy in the themes, but I really don't think you need to keep, you know, cranking out content with the Star Wars IP. Make Star Wars stories. You know what I mean? Which is like a different kind of thing. So,
I'd keep Fallen Order. I'd keep Mandalorian.
mhm.
Um, I'd make a young Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon show. I'd make a young Dooku show. How he fell to the dark side. Everything that's
Yeah,
discussed in the Plagueis novel. Everything that's just discussed in Dooku Jedi Lost, which is new Disney canon. Which, mind you, the books are amazing. The Disney
the books
Star
have
Wars
been pretty
books,
good.
most of them. Some of them are. I'm like, what?
Well, there's a large swath of them that I don't think either of us has really checked out. Like in the past couple of years, I haven't read much of anything in the past couple of years.
No. Yeah. Well, I
I think
mean,
Master and the Apprentice was the last one I like really dug into, and then the Ronin book. But yeah, that draw's just not there for me anymore. You know what I mean? Which I think is like kind of what we're alluding to, like talking about with the problem. So yeah,
yeah. Well, anyways, um, chat. We would love to see what you would want to do with Lucasfilm. Comment your suggestions right now. What would you change? What would you add? Maybe you're a sequel trilogy fan. Maybe you want to build upon that. All of your comments are welcome. So let us know.
yeah, I'd probably try to go for some like really up and coming talent too. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the day, George was an Artur filmmaker, and he was just like a stud, bro. Like he was just a creative stud, and like
What does that
we
mean?
are living in a day and age where there's
What's
an
Artor?
what do you mean?
What's Artor? Filmmaker?
Oh, just like he's an actual artist. Like he
Oh,
really cared
okay.
about the art. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude, he was just about it. He's about that life. So I think that you can find someone like that. Like that's what I would do is I'll try to identify and like not the stupid Hollywood version of that, which is what Kathy did, where she was like, "Who's popping? Whose name's being spoken at my
Yeah, yeah,
local
yeah.
Hollywood cafe?" It's like, who
Oh,
gives a fuck, dude? Like I want to find actual artists.
yeah.
Like, and the thing is, like, that's actually hard. This is the other thing that's like weird is like that would be challenging. Like that's not even necessarily that easy to do, especially if you're actually digging in, if you're
Yeah.
looking under the rocks, if you're going to check out people's art stations, if you're going to check out
Yeah.
people's YouTube channels that get 6 views of video and shit. Like if you really are
Yeah.
digging in to do the work, like I feel like that's hard.
You're right.
Um, and,
Yeah.
and I don't think they want to do that right now,
There are a
right?
lot of very talented people who aren't being given the opportunity or the shine or the whatever the spotlight
Yeah,
that a lot of people who are underqualified and for whatever reason just have a famous name or for whatever um are getting, and I think that's kind of ridiculous. They just kind of keep using these same old Hollywood names that really they're not very qualified for the job of Star Wars. And I think that's the issue is that you can't treat it like, let's say, well, even Marvel. And I don't think Marvel is nearly as meticulous or detail oriented as Star Wars is, but their movies turn out okay.
yeah.
You know,
Well, they have everybody pitch. So they have all of the people. Like, usually when it comes to Marvel, like the Fantastic Four is like one of the next big ones, right? And they had it whittled down to like 5 different people.
okay,
And those people pitch their idea. They basically come in with art, video that they've made. Like, it's a pitch. Like, they're trying to get the job. and Feige like kind of, and his lieutenants like sit back and basically take in everybody's pitch and then think, well, which one of these fits what we want to do? You know what I mean? Like with these characters, which one do we like? Like I've heard that when Watiti got Ragnarok, he came in with this crazy thing where he took the other movies and cut it to that Zeppelin song. And like he was like, this is the energy I want to bring, you know what I mean? And it just worked. Like they were like, this seems really cool. And Ragnarok's dope. So yeah, I think it's I mean, I think you're right in the sense that like Marvel kind of can get away with straying a little bit more and maybe not everything being as meticulous because like who gives a shit what's going on and over here in this one movie as long as this movie's like on point. Star Wars is definitely more demanding. Right. Yeah. You got the multiverse, you've got time travel, you've got you can it's comics, bro. You can get out of whatever.
Bro, you can make like the crappiest, you can make Morbius and then make a really good Morbius or whatever and be like, oh, this crappy Morbius shows up now in this universe along with the good one, and people are like,
yeah, dude, exactly.
People look at No Way Home. Look at No Way Home. That was amazing.
Yeah, and Andrew Garfield's movies were not really well received when they first came out, right? So like, and he fucking crushed it in that movie, right? So like, that's Marvel basically being like, okay, we're gonna take this thing that was pre-established that like, honestly, it wasn't even received the best, but a lot of people have nostalgia for it anyway, and we're gonna let Andrew Garfield do his thing, and it was amazing. Like he really did steal a lot of those scenes. So yeah, like that's kind of the toolbox they have. That's the sandbox they live in. Star Wars is different. And I agree with you. So like you have to find a person that not only can bring like creativity and like really have a good pitch, but it also has to be Star Wars. It has to feel Star Wars. It has to like really evoke a lot of deep thematic, and emotional sensations for people. So it's a tough ask, but then again, that's why it's such a great IP. You know what I mean? And I feel similar to the DC stuff. Dude, DC, the IP of DC is incredible. And yet, Warner Brothers has really underperformed as far as what they could do with that IP. Like, it's a joke that we don't have more Superman movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a joke that the Green Lanterns aren't in prominence in cinema or television. It's crazy. So, yeah, I think that they could all do better. It's weird, bro, because we're in this time right now where I think fans do have more power than ever. And I feel like studios are kind of almost railing against it and trying to like preserve their own kind of status quo moving forward. But I don't really think they have a chance, dude. You know what I mean? I think that they have to embrace what is
their time will
going on.
soon be at an end.
Yeah,
I guarantee it. With the way technology is moving, and the next 20 years, man, fans are going to be able to make some amazing stuff.
Dude, cheap. For super cheap with like AI and shit. Dude, I've been messing around with this AR art and making AI art, and like it takes time because like you got to prompt the thing, you got to walk it through, like you got to really baby it through what you look to see. But like, bro, I made some incredible pieces of art already, and I'm like just getting started on it. You'll eventually be able to do that and tell the AI to animate it how you want.
Yeah,
and it'll just do it. Like, bro, like you're absolutely right. Like, I think in the next 20 years, the ability for fans to create incredible content is going to be easier than ever.
Yep.
So yeah, these studios need to get their shit together for sure.
Yeah, they'll have their next 20 years and they can enjoy that, but it'll dwindle.
Yeah.
It already is. I mean, look at all the different fan films that are coming out. The fans hold the power. The fans are the ones paying their bills.
Yeah.
They will one day realize. They will one day see that we are the ones. We are not the little, have you seen the movie A Bug's Life?
Yes.
Was it A Bug's Life?
Heimlich.
Was it
Heimlich is my favorite character.
I think it was A Bug's Life, right?
Yeah.
Where you got the cockroach and he's like giving a speech about he's throwing the acorn or whatever it is, the chestnut, the other cockroach. And he's like, did that hurt? And the guy's like, no.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
Like, yeah. He throws the other one. No. What about this? Pulls the whole thing down. And he's like, you let one of them stand up to you, they all will stand up to you. And like, that's exactly what's going to happen. And these companies, are in for a very rude awakening, and they will see.
Yeah, dude. No, I kind of agree. Especially like the brands that have like you said, they take it to an extreme. Like it's one thing to say like it just happened with the Snyder cut, dude. This is so crazy to me. Like I don't know how closely you follow this kind of stuff, but like it's basically come out now that Warner Brothers considers doing the Snyder cut to be a massive mistake. That they basically screwed up by doing it, right? And it's like that just shows you how stupid and backwards their thinking is. They had the most tweeted about movie in the history of Warner Brothers, and it wasn't even a movie that existed. They greenlit it. The fan campaign was insane. The traction was ridiculous. It got an incredible amount of views. It's like one of the most top selling Blu-rays still. And they see it as a problem because then they did that and tried to shaft Zach, tried to attack fans that were really passionate, granted, maybe overly passionate in a lot of ways about continuing Zach's stuff. They couldn't handle the swell of attention that they sort of created. They didn't understand the power they were playing with. And then now they're mad about it. Now they blame the fans. It's like, dude.
I don't understand. So they greenlit a project for Zach to come back and like to make his version, right?
Yes.
And I remember that when that was going down, and then I watched it, and it was like very popular and it was very well received.
Yeah.
And then you're saying what?
So basically after that, a lot of people were saying restore the Snyderverse, basically saying now that we've seen Zach's version of Justice League, we at least need to see the rest of his story because Zach leaves it on a cliffhanger and there's a lot of like stuff that he was going to do, right? I mean, that fan base was like very passionate about his particular story. And you just gave them the kingdom. You basically just allowed them to have their greatest wish. An unprecedented thing where like the fans basically tweeted something into existence, right? So the studio then, in the wake of all these fans like saying like, okay, where's the rest? Or like, let's go, basically said, no, we're never going to do that again. Then fans got pissed and said like, what do you mean you're never going to do that again? Then like the studio starts kind of like attacking the fans, being like saying you guys are super toxic, or you're a bunch of bots and all these different things. Like you've seen it before with other studios, etc. But essentially what they did was they gave them an inch and the fans wanted a mile. And the way they handled that was so stupid, bro. Like, and I'm talking like wild shit where there were fake stories. Like I remember there was this one story that came out about how Jason Momoa was going to star in a Frosty the Snowman movie that was produced by Jeff Johns. And this whole story was completely fabricated to imply that Jason Momoa was not on Team Snyder and was on Team Jeff Johns instead. Okay. And that story was completely fake, dude. And so they did like all this stuff that was right in front of all the fans. And instead of admitting, like, okay, maybe we handled this wrong, maybe we were super aggressive, they doubled down, they dug their heels in, called the fans bots, called the fans toxic, and now they think that they should have never greenlit it. You know what I mean? Like it's just this classic example of not being beyond out of touch. That's beyond out of touch. That's taking things to this place that nobody needed that it to go to that place.
Yeah.
And then not realizing that you fueling that fire was the thing that took it there. You're going to blame the fans? Like that's wild to me. So yeah, dude, I mean, it's sort of par for the course for Hollywood, unfortunately. And you know, the Snyder cut was a weird thing because I think it showed a little bit of like new fandom and how to embrace that, and then they like bit the hand that fed them. You know, like it's crazy. And to this day, like they don't want anything to do with Zach, bro. They don't even want to finish his story in comic book form. They want nothing to do. They're going to try to completely
wonder why
go away from that, because they hate the fans. Because it got so bad that they couldn't even release a video on their channel about Sesame Street without the comments being restore the Snyderverse. Like, you know what I mean?
I see.
You know, and so they just hated it. And they were like, nah, man, it was a mistake. We never should have done it, et cetera, et cetera. So basically what they're saying is we should have never given the fans this great thing, because now the fans feel like they have power and we hate that. That's what they're saying. That's literally what they're saying.
They got to learn to work with their fans, man. They got to they got to extend their key, you know, they got to extend their energy. And, you know, it's such a convoluted way of thinking, in my opinion. Like, why fight the ones that are paying your bills?
Right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's very strange. Yeah, it's very strange. But I think there's a lot of studios that are guilty of this, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I think at the top of the list, you'd have, Star Wars and Warner Brothers, Sony to a smaller degree, but Sony's incompetent on other levels. And then, Amazon with like the Lord of the Rings stuff, which I mean, it seems like that show is doing incredibly well regardless. But I don't think you can deny that the way they went about promoting and handling, fan complaints was like a lesson in what not to do. So yeah, it's a common problem right now with fandom, vocal fandom, social platforms, social influencers, fan groups, the ability for them to organize, and then studios trying to cling to control and power and like wanting to deny that fan movements and things exist or have any power whatsoever.
Oh, but they do.
Oh,
They do,
oh,
Josh.
they do. They have more power than they've ever had. I mean, it's quite frankly amazing.
Just keep
But
going and going and going. And
yeah,
the companies can either work with the fans or they're soon going to be left in the dust because it won't matter anymore what they produce. In 10 or 20 years, fans will be creating what major motion pictures look like today,
yep.
what studios are creating today. You know, with $1 million, fans could create something extraordinary.
Oh yeah. I mean, and dude, like it's kind of already happening in comedy a little bit, right? Like, do you know who Andrew Schultz is? The
No.
Flagrant podcast?
No.
No. So he has a really insanely popular YouTube presence. He's a comedian. He has a really big podcast. He actually bought his special back from Netflix. And dude, what that means is, and at least I think it was Netflix.
Oh yes, right. Yeah,
Dude,
right.
yeah. So
right.
he did a buyout, bro, which is usually like at least 1.5 of what they paid.
Yeah.
Right. So he probably had to pay whatever they paid him times 1.5.
Yeah.
So he bought it back and just put it out on his website, dude. And he made a shit ton of money, like a shit ton of money. And it just showed that like that space in particular with comedy has changed quite a bit. And comedians, especially ones that know how to gain, an audience online,
Yeah.
they don't need a studio, a streaming service, a contract. They don't, and I think it'll eventually get that way with movies. I mean, the problem with movies is like they're way more complicated than doing a comedy special. You know what I mean? So it's a way different thing. A lot more hands, a lot more pies. But like we said, technology is going to replace and streamline a lot of that. So it's going to be interesting.
Well, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here.
I'm here for it, bro. It's just going to be awesome.
We're all here for it.
Yeah. It's
So
going to be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, look, the next George Lucas could be in this chat right now, dude. Like real talk, could be in this chat right now and could just need a couple more pieces of technology to be able to
George Lucas
have their vision. George Lucas himself could actually be in this chat. That would be fascinating. By the way, George invented a lot of that same type of technology because non-linear editing, the editing that all YouTubers, everybody that edits videos, non-linear editing, even when you edit a TikTok, that was invented by George. Before that, you had to edit in a row. You had to edit your scenes on actual film, tape it together, and you had to do it. Like, it was so bad. George invented a way for like, I don't know, millions of kids around the world. I mean, how many people make a living now editing? It's crazy, dude. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and before George, that just actually was not even possible for those people. Right.
Yeah, he changed the world.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff and like advancements in tech, like that is coming. And I can't wait. I think it's gonna be great.
Anyways, I guess it's time to read Soupy Doopies.
Yeah, does anybody have any good pitches or ideas in chat? Throw them into the chat.
A ton of super chats that came in that I'm sure you guys had some good ideas. We can riff off of them.
Cool. Cool. Let's do it.
If you could have one Star Wars project return from the canceled stuff, what would it be?
I don't know, maybe Josh Trank's Boba Fett movie. You know, like I would have been really interested to see what that was going to be, and I do like Trank as a director, so maybe that. What about you?
Probably George's sequel trilogy.
Dude, it's a great pick.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a great pick. 1313 would be really interesting too.
1330 would be cool, but like I'm not, of all the things, I wouldn't bring back a video game. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
If I only had
True.
one.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, George's sequel. George's sequel trilogy was in production. He did actually start his episode 7, and then he announced that he's selling it. So,
Right.
his goal, his plan was to make episode 7 and then have Disney, which would have been smart. Would have been really smart because then he would have started episode 7, and it would have had to continue his story.
Right.
So, unfortunately, he didn't. He trusted them. He trusted them to take his story and treatments, and they didn't. And they said they would, and then they didn't.
Well, they bought them. Then they were like, nah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to use these. It's kind of wild that they bought them.
Yeah,
But
probably.
I guess Hollywood does that a lot, though.
That
There's
they
so many
own.
scripts just sitting there on shelves, you know?
Honestly, they own them, and then nothing can be done with them.
Yeah, exactly. These will never happen.
George could never show anyone.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Probably, dude.
Shit.
Once again, first sup of the night. Love you guys. 3000. What's up, Mandalore?
What's up, Mandalore? Are those your Funkos or something, man? I can't quite see.
If Star Wars fans own Star Wars, then Gina Carano would still have a job, in my opinion. Yep. We would reinstate Gina.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I know there's a lot of fans that like don't like what Gina stands for, or what she said, or whatever. But I think
she doesn't stand for. She's a very sweet person.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm just saying that a lot of people have, I think, a misconception, regardless of whether or not it's real. They don't like her. But I think that most people, if they're being honest, understand that the way she was fired was fucking crazy. And considering like what other people have done or said, and that they aren't fired, it's just like
thing, Josh.
It's wild
that there's so many horrible things that other people that are at Lucasfilm or working on Lucasfilm projects or starring in their shows and movies have said publicly time and time again, and yet haven't been fired.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
What is this?
I agree. It's a double standard.
It's bullshit. And it will one day change. Mark my words. Things will change. They will not remain the same. The universe is in constant motion, and it will change. Things will move. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a weird time, bro. It is a weird time with all of that.
At an end, your rule is.
Hey, look, I'd love to believe that.
No, I believe it. The universe is always changing, my friend.
That's true.
Nothing ever stays the same.
Look, I mean, and Gina's honestly probably having more fun now, and honestly, low key, probably making more money. Doing what she's. I think so.
I don't think she cares anymore.
What about money?
No, about what they did to her. I think she's over it. She's like, whatever. Okay.
I mean, to be honest with you, I feel. I mean, maybe not, but I felt like she would kind of handled it with a lot of grace. You know what I mean? And I think
absolutely. She was.
Look, man, when you make a living, even for a short time, off getting punched in the face, I really think your outlook on a lot of things is pretty healthy and balanced. You know what I mean? Because it could always be
worse,
way worse. And she was probably at one point in her career, and I know she got to a pretty big height in the UFC, but before that, she was probably putting her life and her mind and her well-being at serious risk for a small amount of money for a long time. And I think when you climb out of that, dude, anything that's not that is
was she
pretty good.
I think she was in something else. No, I don't think she was.
She was in the UFC. Yeah, she was a UFC fighter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was in like Strike Force.
Really? I mean, she could have been in both, actually.
Something like that. Chat, was she in UFC? Oh yeah.
She was a pretty big UFC star. She's
No,
pretty big
that's
star.
saying never in the UFC. No, Josh.
What?
Yeah, she's a Strike Force.
Oh, really? Because here she is fighting Ronda Rousey in the UFC.
She never fought Ronda Rousey.
UFC Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano full fight
That's gotta
breakdown.
be.
UFC
That's gotta
UFC
be. That's gotta be fake.
UFC 285.
That's gotta be fake. Let me see this.
Ronda Rousey.
It's fake.
It's fake?
Yeah, that never happened.
No way.
I'm watching the video right now. It's a theory. The guy just made a theory. Made like a fantasy theory video.
Oh, okay. So it's like a hypothetical thing.
It's a hypothetical.
Interesting. Okay. She never fought in the UFC?
No.
No way.
You guys are not UFC fans? Yeah, not really. We don't really care.
No, I like the UFC a lot.
Oh, you are? Okay, well.
Oh, apparently they actually did try to make that fight happen in the UFC.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, so yeah, she was a okay. I got you. Wow, that's wild. I really thought she fought in the UFC.
Ironic.
No, I'm actually a big UFC fan. The fights on Saturday I thought were fantastic, dude.
I don't watch them.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Let's not forget our Lord and Savior Wade.
Nah. Please trigger everyone, says Star Wars Mansplaining. Does that include you?
Yo, all I got to do is breathe.
That's true, actually. You've got a certain kind of talent for that.
I have my problems with The Last Jedi, but I have more problems with reactionary groups that profit from its divisiveness. Need to help good fans not fall in with these bad actors by creating a space with empathy for everyone. I think you're coming from like a hero sort of standpoint where you like want to be the hero, and I don't think we need to do anything. I don't think anything needs to be done. I think everyone is in charge of their own opinions, and I think everyone can make their own opinions. You know, I don't believe in a world that is censored. I believe in a world that has discourse where people are smart enough to make their own decisions.
Yeah. I think the problem is with like saying falling in with bad actors. That's like a scary way to frame it and to think about it, because it sort of implies that if we have a problem with Lucasfilm, or if we come to have a problem with Lucasfilm, it sort of implies that that's bad acting as well. And that's certainly not what happened with me. Like for me, I think you and I both were more or less, we went pretty easy on the sequels. And then kind of like in the wake of episode 9, we kind of turned, you know, a little more negative towards them. And to me, like, it's just so disingenuous to say that that's bad faith or that's
bad acting.
Right. Because it's like, is that out there? I think so. I think it's actually more of like just low hanging fruit, like algorithm bait. You know what I mean? Like people just like, oh, like, yeah, this will work in the algo, so I'm going to shit on it. And a bunch of people that don't like Lucasfilm will watch the movie. That I think is true. But the truth is, like, you and I don't do that at all. Like, we really don't. Like, we've had many opportunities to go full on that. And neither one of us have ever taken it. I think that what, in my opinion, to Matthew's point, I actually put blame back on the studio, because you know, you could say like, oh man, like it sucks that there's all these people that can make money on YouTube by shitting on Star Wars. True, but why not just make content that's so good, or stop giving so much ammunition to bad faith actors? You know, and if the studio was just a little bit more even-handed, I think it would be more difficult for reasonable people to like really buy into that whole narrative. If Lucasfilm wasn't fucking up so bad, I don't think it would be as easy for people to grift off of how bad they're messing up.
Well, here's my opinion,
you know,
on bad, what do you say, bad actors. Once a project becomes really good, like let's say they release, I don't know, Mando, and it's amazing, you can't say anything bad about it.
Right.
If it's good, it's good. So if you have this constant theme where you just have to shit on everything, then you're kind of narrowing yourself for your content. Like, people aren't really going to listen to you when you have something good to say.
Yep.
Right? They're just there to listen to the stuff you're critiquing. And whether you're acting or you're not, like, oh, well, that's not me for me to say. I don't know. Like, all I know is that I say what I want, and if I think something is good, then it's good, in my opinion. If I think it's bad, I'm gonna tell you why I think it's bad. But I'll never be like, "Oh, you should go and hate this as much as I do. And if you
Right.
don't hate this, then you're not a Star Wars fan. Or you should like this. And if you don't like this, then you're just a hater, you're toxic." Like, I'll never do that.
Right.
People
Yeah.
have opinions, dude. Like, that's why I think so many young people today don't understand is that having opinions is so important in this world because why would you want everyone to think the same?
Right. Well, so, yeah. Well, that's the thing too, is disagreeing is important,
What kind of an
you know?
advancement in humanity is that?
Right. Well, also like the idea, I mean, empathy, sure. Like I have empathy for everybody, but creating an environment of empathy, I mean, if that's something you are interested in doing or you want to do, like that's totally cool. But to me, like that's not compelling. Like authenticity is compelling. Having something to really say about a thing is compelling. Right. So I make content in a lot of the ways that's the same kind of content I'd like to enjoy. You know what I mean? Like I like to break things down. I like to really dig in. I like to try to come up with these different like ideas and points, and like keep it balanced. But I also like to wild the fuck out and go crazy and exaggerate. And like if something's like really triggers me, have fun with it. Right. So like I try to create like a kind of engaging, fun environment. And there's a difference, I think, between respecting your audience and being captured by your audience. Like audience
Yeah,
capture can
yeah,
happen, you know what I mean? Almost
absolutely.
no matter what kind of content you make, you can get
Right.
captured by your audience. But, respecting the audience is totally cool. But like I forget who said this, but there's a expression where it's like the conductor has to turn his back on the audience to conduct the orchestra. And I think that's real talk. Like you can't be fixated on how the audience is responding to it.
Well,
You can't completely ignore
not
it, but
you're not legit then. Not real.
right.
You're dancing to their tune. What they Yeah, I hate this, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
no? Oh, yeah, mate, well, no, dude, like
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't care if everyone says it was the most amazing thing. If for me it didn't hit, everyone loved the new Dragon Ball movie.
Yeah.
It really hit for me,
Yeah.
and I'm a huge Dragon I got goddamn Dragon Ball tattooed on me for the rest of my life,
A
like
really cool
yeah,
series of Dragon
but,
Ball
like,
tattoos. Yeah.
if I don't like it, hey, Imma say I don't like it.
Oh yeah, dude. Totally. Totally. You know what the worst one for me is when I'm just kind of mid on something.
Yeah.
Like when I don't hate something or love it, like She-Hulk. Like I don't love She-Hulk and I don't hate it as much as the internet does, like a lot of people on the
Yeah,
internet,
I
right?
definitely don't love it.
Yeah, but so like that puts me in this
We
weird
get it,
spot.
Disney. You don't like men. We
Yeah.
understand. You hate
So
us.
so like
It's
for
okay.
me, that's even a worse one because then I get it from like all sides. You know what I mean? Like I'm not giving
Or
it
you
glowing
become
enough.
a fence sitter. Become
Yeah, for sure. Well, dude, I'll tell you, for She-Hulk, I'll probably sit right on that fence until something tips me over either way. And that's
I
just
don't
real
like
talk too.
I
Like that's
I don't like
authentic.
it at all. I'm like, about it, but I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm not big enough of a She-Hulk fan to even really
Right.
care. I
Or
just
even
feel
really a
like
Marvel fan, to be fair.
I
I
am.
don't really think
Yeah,
you're
I'm an X-Men fan.
well, yeah, but there
I'm a
ain't no
huge
X-Men
X-Men
in
fan
this
and
show.
Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, and there ain't no Spider-Man in this show.
No, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
Hulk is super cool, but they nerfed him, you know?
Oh yeah.
They basically nerfed every male superhero.
They have done a pretty bad job of tallying that up because I
They got
agree that
Fat Thor.
yes,
Captain America is dead, alright?
sort of, yeah.
Steve Rogers is dead. He's an
No,
old
he's
wrinkly man. Tony
yeah,
Stark dead.
yes.
Hulk ain't Hulk anymore. He's not.
Correct. Correct.
We have
Yeah.
a Hulk. No, we got just a big Bruce Banner who's
We
really
got a
strong.
cardigan wearing
Cardigan wearing Bruce Banner who's soft.
yeah.
All right.
He's
Got,
super soft, bro.
we got Luke Skywalker who's a little bitch boy now. Who
Mhm.
gets beaten up by Rey. No, I don't want to use the Force. I'm gonna
Drinking
cut
on the
myself
titty
off
milk.
from the
Yeah.
Force. I'm gonna hide away on this planet. Oh no, forget my sister. Whatever. I'm
Mhm.
gonna forget my
Mhm.
best friend. I'm gonna forget my sister. Well, whatever. Every male character has been emasculated. What what the hell?
Yeah, I think that there's an obvious pattern there. And I think some people like, because I just did like this whole big video about She-Hulk and whatever, and like, like I went into the comments a little bit, and I think a lot of people Like, it's tough, man. Like, I don't think people are really looking for nuance or really to have their ideas or thoughts challenged. Like, a lot of people just they want to put things in buckets. Like, it's really derivative the way people like think, categorize, and dismiss. Um, but no, I think that there's a way, and this is just my sort of path of like what I would want to do with my content is I think there's a way to just say kind of authentically and honestly that guys, this is actually happening. Like this is not hyperbole, and I'm not gonna make these crazy baity thumbnails and complain to the point where nothing of substance comes out of my mouth anymore. But you should know from a person that speaks authentically that I actually do recognize this is something that's happening. And I actually do feel like they should pull it back and give us some giga chats. You know what I mean? And
Well, no,
you know,
that's the thing. It's like we don't need Giga Chads. We just need
I'd like a few
old
giga chats, bro.
6-year-old superheroes back. Like I don't
Yeah,
need a
well,
Johnny
Logan.
Bravo coming in there, like, "Huh, huh." Like no, just
No,
give
but
me like,
like Logan's a
you know,
giga chat.
give
Frank
me
Castle's a
Logan.
giga chat.
Yeah, man.
Like
But those guys,
Magneto.
like, and
Yeah.
this is what I don't think they understand in today's, like I grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the early 2000s when stories were like Mystique with Rebecca Romaine Stamos. She was bad ass, but
Hmm.
so was Magneto.
Hmm. Hmm.
So was Wolverine.
Hmm.
So were all these other characters.
Hmm.
But for some reason, now today, if you want to have a woman to shine, you gotta just emasculate the men completely. And
Right.
look at what's happening to all of our superheroes. I don't understand. Boba's a bitch now.
Hmm.
Boba Fett? What the hell? You turn Han Solo into a deadbeat father.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like,
Yeah. And
what
to be
is
honest with you,
what is
like
happening?
right. And honestly, like for me, is there an agenda there? Well, I think that you'd have to
I
say,
don't
of
know.
course,
I
on
don't
some
know.
level. Well, I think you'd have to say on some level, of course, there's an agenda. But the question is, are they going to adjust it? That's
No,
my thing.
no,
Is because I think that
no.
again, um, there's got to be a way for them to decipher through the feedback, even the toxic feedback, because I mean, the internet is under no obligation to give you feedback in like a proper way, but they are giving you feedback. And I think that you'd be wise to at least consider it. So I think the studios, and this is kind of what I said in my Marvel video, is like, you don't even have to stop doing what you're doing with some of these female characters. You just need to adjust what you're doing with the males. You know what I mean? Like, you just literally need a few more strong male characters, competent male characters. You know what I mean? Like, just
But that's
really
the
good
thing.
ass male
Well,
heroes.
that's a good point. Competent. It's like I don't need a dude walking in there and be like, "No, woman, stay in the kitchen." It's like, no, I don't want that, bro. Like, I have
Right.
a
Yeah.
mother.
We know.
I'm one day gonna have a daughter, perhaps. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want that, right?
Hmm.
Okay. But at the same time, I don't want my men to be completely emasculated. I want them to be men.
Hmm.
Be a man.
Yep.
The old Sylvester Stallone movies. Be a man.
Yep.
What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean you have to dumb them down in order for the women to shine. The women can shine just as much
Well, what's
without
crazy
making
is
the men look
like,
like little,
yeah, well, I
bitches.
would say like before, or I guess like kind of technically before Endgame, so maybe like Infinity War, area. Marvel's actually doing this. I mean, Tony's an incredible male character. Captain America is an incredible male character,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So like that's one of the problems too is that they had it and then they just didn't replace it well enough. Now, I think Shang-Chi is actually a dope hero. You know what I mean? But they definitely don't make him like as
It's soft.
immediately competent as like his sister and stuff. And it just feels a
Right.
little weird, right? So
Look,
it's like,
I saw
okay,
clips. I saw some of the gripes about the new Thor movie, even though I didn't see it yet. That he's like a bumbling idiot. That he's just
yeah.
too comical. Like he's like a child.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, they
That actually,
go way too far. Oh yeah, dude, definitely. It's. I mean, that movie has a multitude of problems. I thought that film was pretty bad, but yeah, I mean, if you're asking me, like, is Thor a bumbling idiot? For sure, like 100%. He's so stupid. He doesn't seem to have arced at all. Like, he literally starts the movie off by making a mistake that was the whole point of Thor one. Remember in Thor one? He
what would he
goes
do?
crazy. He's trying to be the most badass, and he ends up almost causing a war. He ends up hurting all these people, and
Oh,
Odin's like, "Yo, bitch, go to Earth as a mortal." Right? So then you
yeah.
have him complete arc at the beginning of and I know, right? It's just a comedy, but like, come on, at some point, like, take the mythos seriously. Thor literally does the same shit, tries to help and fucks everything up. It's like he hasn't learned anything. You know what I mean? So, yeah, no, they definitely do that with Thor in that film, and that one's kind of a weird one for me though, because I don't even think they do Jane Foster justice. Like they don't do the strong female character right. They don't do the male character right. They don't do anybody right in that movie. Like it was bad, in my opinion. But yeah, like one would hope, man, because like this is the thing that was in sitcoms before this, right? Like remember when all the sitcoms, the dad was like an idiot
Yeah, yeah,
and the mom was like always like really competent and like
yeah,
really
yeah, yeah,
like whatever.
yeah.
So like I don't know
It's
when
a
that
sitcom.
well, yeah, but I don't know
It's
when
not
that
a superhero.
trope became everything. You know what I mean? Like it really does feel like in some ways that trope just sort of leaked over into everything. And it's like,
Yeah.
like here's the thing: like we shouldn't be vilified for bringing that up and constructively saying, like, I don't really think you're doing this right,
You're
and
saying,
that I think that you could adjust it.
what's that show with Al Bundy? My wife and no, Love and Marriage.
Married with
Married
children,
with
maybe? Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yep, something like that. Yeah.
Everyone's
Even
not-
the old dinosaur movie did that. Remember?
Yeah,
Not
dude.
the mama,
Yeah.
hitting him over the head and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. That stuff is great. Like, I love that kind of comedy, but
Mhm.
but not when it's supposed to be a superhero and not so much, not overdone.
Just put it in
And like,
balance. Just
yeah,
put it in balance. You can have characters like that, but then have an awesome, calculated, competent male hero. Like, is that
yeah,
really
but
so
what's
difficult?
actually wrong with that? I mean, I
Yeah.
don't get it.
And why can't they
Like,
both be awesome?
that's what
Why
I'm
does one
saying.
have to be, you know what I mean, better than the
Yeah,
other? It's kind
like
of
why,
weird. Yeah.
why can't you have a woman and a man be fucking cool, be
Mhm.
badass?
Mhm.
You don't have to have one or the other. You don't have to have one at the expense of the other.
Yeah.
And I am all for equality. I'm all for women's rights. And at the same time, I'm all for men's rights. I'm
Yeah.
all for equality, which means it's equal.
Mhm.
Not that one is over the other. Like what's going on here, man?
Yeah, it's weird. It's just a
You
weird,
know?
it's a
Like
weird time.
I just see a trend and I've been thinking about it. Like Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Thor, Captain America's gone, Iron Man's gone, Hulk is now what the hell?
Yeah.
Prof-
Now, to be
Professional.
fair about Hulk and shit like that, right? So I do think Hulk's going to go back to his savage state. I
Okay, but
actually think they've been planning that for some time.
Abomination, even
Mhm.
him.
Oh yeah, I mean, about
It's like
look,
a
I
comedic
think
image.
that right here's the thing. I really like Tim Roth in that show, and I think he's fantastic. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it is just sort of played for laughs, right? And I don't
Sure.
even know if he'll get to do much more in the MCU. Like, I don't think he's actually going to come back for Thunderbolts. Like, I would love for him to come back for Thunderbolts, but I don't think he's going to. So, yeah, unfortunately, that is what it is, and it's played for laughs. Now, there are other characters that are coming into the fold that I think will do a great job of balancing this out, right? You've got a ton of X-Men characters. You've got the Fantastic Four, which is 3 parts really good male characters.
Cool, yeah. It
Um,
would just be fun to
so
see, some dudes being powerful too, and
yeah,
not just the ladies, and like
yeah, dude, 100%. Like,
I want
come
to
on,
see
man.
myself
Yeah,
in some badass dudes too. Like I don't want to be
yeah.
like okay, all my heroes are just little
You
lame
know what?
bitches.
You know what
Cowards.
movie did this absolutely brilliantly was the Snyder Cut. Like it's
Yeah,
brilliant the way they do it. I mean, the Amazons are so badass. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Wonder Woman is so badass. And the way they end the movie where she cuts off his head when Steppenwolf's head when it drops in, like, bro, like everybody just gets out of Diana's way. They're like even Superman's like, it's not how I would have done it. But you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like, because it's Diana and she's a warrior and you don't really want to push her buttons like that. Like, she's
Sylvester Stallone
incredible, bro.
Superman right there. Can
What's
someone
up?
make a Sylvester Stallone Superman because of what
Hey,
Josh did?
hey,
Well, that's
yo,
not how
truth
I
and
would.
justice.
I
Hey,
would have
yo,
done it
hey,
that way.
yo.
Yo,
Now I'm actually obsessed. I need to see a Sylvester Stallone Superman.
yo,
That'd be great.
Diana, yo,
Hey, yo, is that kryptonite?
yo, you
Get
got
it
that
out of here.
kryptonite girl, yo, hey,
Damn,
me, you want to go toe to toe with me? We can do it.
I like that.
Anyways, that was a good super chat. We went on a good tangent. 100% confirmed Luke is in Ahsoka show. I see what you did there.
I see what you did there, Mr. J. Westman.
Just J. Westy.
I get what you're doing.
Theory, Cheek Clapper stars in The Rise of Cheek Clapper. Oh,
Nice.
Nice, dude.
That seems like a good one.
Yeah.
Kid friendly.
Yeah. Kid making.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh shit.
What is that? A wet
Yeah,
the wet emoji in the chat if you think Theory clap. Jesus Christ, bro.
Damn, yeah.
Damn.
Did we see like that was a while ago? Did you see just a wave of those or whatever?
No.
Hello from Sweden. I want to thank you for your awesome streams and you make my work so much easier. And congrats on becoming a father, Josh. Well, thank you so much, Alfred. That's real nice of you.
That's a really cool image, Alfred.
Yeah, fighting a little droid or a little drone or something like that, huh?
A little drone.
Little droney.
Little drone. I read the title and I would say yes, I would vote you to be the head of. Oh no. Well, thank you. Okay, you guys can stop with the water emojis now.
Don't stop.
Don't stop till you get enough. Hey.
Hot D, top G's. Nice, dude.
Subject.
I like what you did there.
Love you, man.
Gioni says, pretty sure it'd be 1,000 times worst if the fans have control of the Star Wars IP. There would be more unfinished / canceled projects than Disney's.
I disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he's saying, but this is like let's have a fun exercise and imagine this, and this is the kid in the class that's like, that's stupid. I don't like imagining,
Yep.
It's just about having fun.
Imagine Chevy Chase as Dooku. That'd be funny.
That would be fantastic.
Theory with Vader 2 and Josh with his comic book. Let's gooey.
Yes. Yeah, I just got a new page back from the colorist of the comics.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited. Let me see. Yeah, let me
Your chat has me starting DBZ all over again. Thanks. Hey, chat, go subscribe to my Dragon Ball channel, Dragon Ball Theory. I uploaded my 4th video today. Check it out.
Did you really?
I'm gonna be very active.
I gotta go check that out.
I'm gonna kill it on there. I love making Dragon Ball content. I am going through the manga now. I'm on issue 44, and I was binging it up until there, and now I'm ready to go on the new stuff. And I'm gonna be covering all my reactions to all the new stuff that I see. So right now, I just met Morrow, who's pretty cool.
Nice. I want to check that out. So check this out. And what do you think of these ship designs?
It looks amazing, man.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, huh?
It looks really good. Who the hell is doing this?
Well, the illustrator is a man named Stan Yak. And I believe I'm blanking on the colorist name. And I just got the letterer too. And
dude, these look amazing.
Yeah, here I'll show you the one of the other pages then too. It's super fun. But yeah, I've been working on it for a long time. I've had like kind of a rotation with some of the artists. Like I had.
Are we going to see something naughty right now?
No, nothing naughty in there. If I can even find it, bro. Okay, here. So this is one of them too.
They're wild, dude.
It's Telepath down here.
Why'd you draw me?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think it's shaping up pretty good. I think people will like it. If you like just some of the fun pop culture stuff that I like, you'll probably dig it. So,
and where can people buy this?
Oh, we'll do a Kickstarter. Hopefully within the next couple of months. I would really like to get it done by the end of the year, and we'll do a Kickstarter. And yeah, there's a ton of fun things that people could do and support it. Like create a character for it or something.
Cool.
So
support it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
The Disney Gallery for Kenobi comes out this week. Might be fun to have a watch party for it. Hey, yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah. Spam 1 if you want me to do that. Every Halloween I dressed up as Michael Myers and walked the street.
That's gotta be fun though. I mean, if you're a horror fan, like do people that are horror fans just love Halloween?
Yeah.
I've
been waiting for it. I want to get a little jack-o'-lantern tattoo somewhere. The little one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yo, speaking of that, did you see the trailer for the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey?
No, but I've seen photos.
Bro.
It looks
You gotta check the trailer. The trailer looks horrifying. I don't like scary movies, so I'm not gonna watch it. But I just love that idea. It
You don't like horror
became
movies?
no, bro.
Any,
Remember when I watched whatever the
Pooh,
Hellraiser
Blood,
thing
and
was?
Honey. Oh yeah, I remember
And I
that.
was freaking out.
Back when we had a channel called Movie Rose.
I mean, we still have it. You know, we just don't really upload, you know? Look, my goal is to get Liam to start uploading on that channel, you know?
Bro, 2 million views already in a couple days.
You know, you're the
On what?
first person I ever shown
On
this
the,
place
I'm
to.
watching the trailer.
Why am I so special?
Oh, yeah.
And soon will be Christopher and Mary Robin.
It's
Should be close.
creepy.
To the
We're
music.
not
bro.
going to
Freaking me
find
out.
them.
We will.
Yeah.
Pooh, Piglet.
It just went public domain and they just bought it and we're like, yo, we're going
Go
to
out there.
turn it into a horror movie. So,
What's Disney think of that?
Christopher, we need to leave
better
now.
watch the aces.
Disney doesn't own any. The original freaking cartoons weren't from Disney. Stories like Cinderella and all that. and, like-
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, right? Isn't it freaky?
Bro, what?
Yep.
This is kind of cool. Did you say it has a pool? We need to go. There's
Hot tub scene.
There's someone else outside.
Man, this movie's sexist. Why is he going after only women?
I don't know. Pretty sure he's going after everybody. Everybody.
Oh, damn. Bro,
We used to be friends. Why are you doing this, please? I would have never left. I swear. I swear.
Should have never left. Christopher Robin. Screwed up, Christopher.
Eat the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, dude.
You.
I just like, even though I'm not gonna watch it, like I like the idea of them making it. You know what I mean? Like it's cool.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Creepy. Hello there. Got my first car last week. Love it. Congrats on being a father, Josh. Love the content. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Anthony. And I hope your new car's treating you well, man. That
Congrats,
first car feeling is pretty nice.
What card you
Do
get?
you remember your first car?
I do.
I want to say mine was a green Ford station wagon. It was an ugly
I
thing
drove my
too.
grandma's car for a while. It was a Honda Accord coupe with a spoiler.
What? Your grandma had a spoiler?
Yeah,
That's sick,
I
dude.
know, it's so weird.
That's
It's so
sick.
weird. But anyways, my
Yeah.
actual first car was a used Mitsubishi Galant. It's actually quite
Okay.
ugly,
Yeah.
but it was a car, whatever.
Yeah, and then I had a Taurus for a while. I had like my mom's old Taurus that I drove around. That thing was wild.
Hmm.
I think Josh's son is a Sith Lord. I mean, sometimes he screams like one. Catch me on those streets, Brady. I don't know what that's about, but you and Brady go handle that outside.
I think the what he was dressing up as.
Oh, okay. He was doing yeah.
If you and Josh thought of making an indie movie, I feel you two agree on core character fundamentals and at the same time have a great thought contrast.
I mean, we could give it a shot.
I think
Like
Josh and I will make some really cool stuff. I mean, we're quite young.
Yeah.
We're quite successful for our age, thanks to you guys. I'm 32, he's 34. You know, like let's say even in our late 30s, let's say 10 years from now, we'll only be 42, 44.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And I'm like kind of just getting back into writing comics. Before I did YouTube, I wrote a lot of comics. I worked at a comic book company for a while and so I'm kind of dipping my feet back in, but I don't ever want to stop telling stories. I actually just would love to just write stories and make content as well as do streaming and stuff like that. I think that's kind of the model for me
I want to make
moving
movies.
forward.
I want to be a filmmaker.
Dude, filmmaking's so tough. So tough. If the fans owned Lucasfilm, EU would be canon. Would you make the EU canon?
No, not all of it.
I don't know if I would make it canon, but I would continue it. I'd probably be like, yo, guys, like, why don't you go back and keep telling these stories, you know?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I know it's easy to form opinions without the inside perspective, but undoubtedly, if people like you two developed and worked on Star Wars, the sentiment would be nothing but positive and hype for the future.
True.
Yeah, maybe.
True.
I think so. I think we have
Yeah,
a.
I mean,
I think because we are fans, so it's like we're one of the fandom instead of working at a company, like working this job, trying to appeal to a demographic. This is
mhm.
our target market, and this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be amazing. It's like you don't know shit.
Yeah.
You just look at a
Yeah.
graph all day, and you like went to business school, and you think you know Star Wars. You don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't.
Well, there's like that expression, like you got to show the fans the thing that they didn't know they wanted. Like, you know what I mean? Like you've got to give them something like, and they would have never even known. And then you
Yeah,
present it, and
you can't like fan service isn't a thing that you got to do. You just got to
Mhm.
tell the story.
Right.
You know, cool lightsaber battles aren't what makes Star Wars.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. Totally. How goes the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga?
That was like last year.
Oh snap! If you want a screen accurate Michael Myers mask, go to Trick or Treat Studios. Dang. Okay. Okay, Brady.
Or instantly green light George trilogy used de-aging. Yep.
If 2072 can't come fast enough, Star Wars goes public domain. Yeah, I've heard things about that's the friggin' Superman, the Rocky Superman, Stallone.
I'll be 82.
Dude, that's wild that he already made that.
You'll be 84. Your
Yeah,
son's
well,
gonna be 50.
dude, I think that's around the time that Doctor Doom becomes public domain as well. But then, like, I heard that these companies might like
Just
do
revive it.
something to make that go away, like because they have a lot of congressional power and leaning. But yeah, a lot of these things are, dude. Superman, I think, goes public domain the soonest, right? Here, let me look this up.
Yeah, but wouldn't they just release it?
Well, when it's public domain, that means anybody can make a version of it. They can't copy any versions that have come before it, but like the name Superman and a lot of the base level concepts are public. That's how they made that Blood and Honey movie.
Really?
So Superman and Batman become public domain in about 10 years.
What?
Mm-hmm.
No.
And yeah. So Steamboat Willie will become public domain in 2 years.
What is it? 100 years?
Yeah, it's 100 years. The copyrights of Superman, Batman, Disney, Snow White, and early Looney Tune characters will fall into the public domain between 2031 and 2035. So
hold on. You're telling me in 10 years I can go and make a Batman movie?
Yep.
Charge people to watch it.
Yep. There's some legalese, like you couldn't adapt anything that was done for other versions. So like you'd have to work with the bare bones of what the early version was, and you'd have to make it different in like recognizable ways than other ones. So like, do you know the Jungle Book movie, right?
Yeah.
So remember how Disney made the Jungle Book, but then what's his name? I'm blanking on it. The guy that played Claw and he was Smeagol. You know what I'm talking about? Motion cap. Yeah, Andy Serkis. He made a version of the Jungle Book on Netflix that came out, but he could only use things that were in the original book. So like any of the stuff that the Disney versions did in the past, he couldn't do. He had to like be very careful about what he could and couldn't do. But it was Mowgli, it was Baloo, it was all these different things. So it was like whatever the bare bones of that basic first story was, that's what you can do. So Stallone Superman you could do, basically.
So Stallone's gonna be a cyborg.
Yeah, why not?
Gonna be Universal Soldier.
Why not, dude?
All those guys.
Mhm.
What would be the bare bones of Star Wars? Like
Probably
what-
the first movie.
Yeah.
Like Luke Skywalker, the Force, the Death Star, Darth Vader, concepts like that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But then it's like one of those things where, like, is the company going to sue you anyways? You know what I mean? And then just try to bury you in lawsuit money.
Probably.
Yeah. So it's
I ain't going
Yeah.
down without making some noise though.
true.
Bro, I'll be like 87. No. Yep, I'll be 87 when Star Wars is public domain.
Dang, that's wild.
I'll be dead.
Well, you never know. With modern advancements in science, maybe you're like ready to go.
Oh, I'm gonna do everything to sustain my life. I want to be like 50 and feel like I want to be 60 and feel like I'm 30.
I mean, shit, I'd settle for feeling like I'm 30 now. That'd be cool.
I feel like I'm 17.
I definitely don't, dude. Definitely don't. I'm falling apart over here, you know?
You know,
Give me the little robots, man. I need the little robots to heal all my shit.
yeah, let's do a blood pen. Do a hormone panel, hormone check.
Yeah, no. I mean, I actually am maybe working on a little something like that. But also those nanobots, bro. That's where it's at. They already have nanobots that will brush your teeth and floss for you.
Well, I can
That's
do that.
wild. Yeah, but you won't have to. They just be in there constantly. The real juice is going to be
Oh.
when they can repair genetic mutations. Like when you have little robots in your blood that could like just repair the mutations in your cells. That's what
Or
I'm
like
talking about.
nanobots that like reform tissue.
100%. Dude, that's why I think, like, you know how like nowadays you'll watch a football game and like, I don't know, maybe a couple times a game, some dude's laid out and they have to take him out on a stretcher and stuff. Like, I'm telling you, in like 50 years, people will look back at stuff like that and be like, what's that? In the same way of like telephone booths now, where people are like, what is that? And it's like, oh yeah, back in the day, we didn't have self-repairing knees.
It's like
You know
What?
what I mean? Yeah. And they're going to be like, well, that must
Oh,
have sucked. And I'm going to be
we-
like, yeah, it did.
we are the last generation that didn't have we didn't grow up with the internet. Like we weren't born with the internet. The internet came
Right.
out when we were alive. Cell phones came out when we were alive. We had like the amazing Nintendo, Super Nintendo, regular
Yep.
Nintendo.
Nintendo 64.
You know, so like all this stuff, it's like people are gonna be walking around with like scouters and like,
Mhm.
it's gonna be insane.
Yeah,
You
dude,
don't.
it's gonna get wild. It's gonna
I'm here
get
for it.
wild.
We're gonna be those grumpy old dudes, be like, back in my day, we couldn't even go on the internet. 'Cause we'll
I
be like,
don't
"What's
want
the
to get a
internet?"
3D printed steak. I
Access
want it off a cow, and they'll be like, "That's barbaric, Grandpa."
canceled.
Yeah,
Like,
it
We've been
tastes just the
canceled
same, and I'll be like,
before.
"No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't."
yeah, who knows? Who knows what happens, chat? Who knows what happens in this world? Maybe we'll be on Mars.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You should do a series on your channel where you look up actors and talk about what kind of roles, characters you think they'd play well in the Star Wars universe. Like who would play a good young Palpy? Yo,
I'm so
mama.
bad at that. I'm so bad at that kind of stuff. I mean, I can like agree and disagree with other people's picks and stuff, but that's just one skill I really don't have. I don't think I'm.
Yeah, I'm not really like a casting or casting.
Yeah.
Caster. That's what casting director.
Mhm.
But it's a good idea. Though. Thanks for the theory. I thought you once said something like, if you could, you wouldn't wreck on the sequels just out of empathy for those fans who like them, like Santa. Yeah, there's a lot of fans that like sequels, but at the same time, I don't like the sequels. So I mean, someone's gonna suffer. Why should it be?
Someone's gonna suffer. Why should it be me?
Why
Well, that's why, like,
out of the way all the time. And, well,
Yeah.
that's why. Yeah, that's why we would just create our own story, and the sequels can be there, and they're there.
yeah, I would just like move well past them. But sure, they happened. You know what I mean? Like, fine. But are they ever gonna come into play ever again? Nah. Yeah.
All a bad dream.
It was all a dream. If fans owned Lucasfilm, absolute chaos. Fans make great films, but it takes a unique group of people to make good decisions growing the brand.
The likes
Sure.
of which we have not seen yet.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a degree, this is true, but also, like, I think people are getting a little too hung up on the logistics of it. Like, it's just meant to be a fun exercise. You know what I mean? Like, if you,
Yeah, well,
you know,
if I owned Lucasfilm, remaster OG Battlefront 2, rewrite Book of Boba Fett, fire KK, Grievous show, Django show between episode 1 and 2, and make Kenobi a movie.
Okay, Adam. Okay, I like that. Could you at some point make a video on Valkorion Vitiate, the Sith Emperor? In my opinion, he's the coolest character in Star Wars. He's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty chill.
Writing stories and having a creative position like Dave doesn't automatically qualify someone to run a company. It's a totally different ballgame. Well, in my fantasy world, it works.
Yeah, for sure. Build off the Mandoverse. Lead to the new sequel trilogy with Mandoverse, Rebels, Thrawn, etc. Have the New Republic and the New Jedi Order thrive. Retcon current sequel trilogy. I mean, a lot of that stuff sounds super fun, man. I do hope that there's more Mandalore like past this show and that it like plays some kind of significant role in what they do next. I think that would be a good move.
Does Star Wars Theory bang his cardboard cutouts? How did you know?
Dude, of course. I mean, honestly,
Told
if you
you.
don't do that, then you got low T. I'm just gonna say it.
Yep.
Hey, Theory, sorry on how to grow your YouTube channel, but one question I thought of that wasn't asked was, how can you tell if a sponsor is real or not? What? What do you mean?
Like he's asking like how not to get ripped off if like they ask you like on a brand deal or something like that.
Oh. Well, you can Google them, you can research them. So chat, I get hit with sponsors daily, like thousands. The lowest being like 5. And I mean, I could rake it in, but I just don't take any of them on, except for Audible. I've worked with Lego. I've worked with Seagate. I think like one home security system. That was it. I only work with the companies that I actually use, and I get hit with gambling ads all the time. Fat cash, big money. I'm not gonna push my fans on gambling. Hell
That's
no.
wild.
That's not happening. I don't care what you offer me. I don't care if it's $10 million. I'm not doing that. So I'm not going to be the one to put my fans in that. They come for Star Wars content, for my take on Star Wars and my videos. They're not going to be hit with that shit, So like, if you want to go do that, by all means, go do your thing. But it's not something I'm going to be. Anyway, so you need to really do your research on what brand is trying to advertise with you. Is it really worth it? Is the money worth it? Is the product something that you would use? Do you stand behind it, or are you just saying it for the money? Those are all things I would think about before taking on a sponsorship. And of course, it's really not hard to Google a company,
right?
To see if like there are actual reviews and if the reviews seem real. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
Just be vigilant.
Be vigilant, and you never want to sell out. You never want to sell out for some money, and you never want to like ruin your connection with your fans or your subscribers. Just
I agree.
Make a quick buck. And you see that all the time, right?
Yeah, it's weird. You see it on some channels, and some people seem to be able to like get away with it. Depending on the audience. But yeah, I've always felt like that's shady, and I don't really feel like, I just actually said I was really close to doing a deal with a certain company, and then Elisa told me something about them, and I looked it up, and I was like, damn. And so I was like, nah, I'm not going to work with them. So yeah. This dude says, how's it going, guys? It's me again. I just wanted to say hi to my buddy Eric again. Congrats on your engagement, bro. Nice.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, Eric. Congrats on that engagement, brother.
Para Suzume.
Cool name.
Really cool name.
Real cool.
When I was a kid, I used to tell myself that I identify as Japanese. I was a little kid. Because my dad grew up with Aikido and he grew up like
Sure.
all these martial arts, and I was just like just freaking thrown in that as a little kid. And so like I would watch Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, and I was obsessed with Japanese culture and the way of the samurai and all that. And I used to think that I was Japanese. It was weird.
Nice. I mean, I
was like,
like the
"No, don't
Japanese
look
culture a
Japanese."
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like it was that just made me like remember that for some reason.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of respect for the Japanese. I got 2 Japanese dogs. They're pretty wild.
Yeah, and then I realized that yeah. Anyways, what if Vader was fat?
That'd be amazing, dude. Can you imagine? Fat Vader. Like he's just put on too much size. Maybe like when they're trying to get him out of his own back to tank, like it's like screeching, like like rubbing up against it and shit. Like I kind of like that, dude. But nobody's gonna tell him that he's fat because obviously he'll just kill them.
Yuri ran home from the bus like Naruto. No, I'll tell you who I used to run like. I'll tell you who I used to run like. I'll tell you a story, and it actually made me fall. Geez, I don't know how many meters this was. Like, okay, maybe like 2 stories.
What?
Like 2
You
stories.
fell 2 stories, bro?
Maybe 1. Maybe 1.
I mean,
Yeah, probably 1.
when you're young, you could probably make 2 stories, but like that feels like broken bones, dude.
So I was obsessed with Gears of War, and I thought I was Marcus Phoenix. Or I was trying to be, and I hopped this fence, and I didn't realize it was a cliff, and there was like really tall grass, and I just started like running like Marcus Phoenix.
God.
You know how they run with their head down?
Yeah,
and they just run really fast.
Yeah,
I ran off a cliff.
Well done, sir.
And I landed on cement.
Damn.
Yeah. So to this day,
Jacked up,
I can't turn my hands. Like this is as far as I can go, and it like really hurts.
Wow.
Can't do it for a long time. They're all like, yeah.
Did you break your wrists?
I don't know. I might have fractured them, and I never got it checked out.
Damn.
But anyways,
that's wild. I guess
that's who I used to.
Video games do lead to violence.
They do. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Valkyrie says, make a council with Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, Taiki, Fumo. Damn it, I can never say his name.
Famuyiwa.
His name's Rick. Deborah and Bryce. Thrawn would be the main bad in the new rewritten sequel trilogy. I like that. That's a good brain trust, and I like this idea. Thrawn.
Don't want Deborah around anymore. Don't want Deborah working on Star Wars anymore.
It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say.
I'm sorry.
Look,
I'm not sitting through another.
Yeah.
Yeah, not doing that.
Yeah.
Ross, I have to tell you something super.
Oh shit! Is this Kenobi?
Important, man.
Oh my god! Is this Kenobi? Is this the Kenobi show we've all been waiting for?
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. But I like the idea of Thrawn being front and center.
Yeah,
that's pretty chill.
I like the idea of a gimbal.
Huh?
Looks like George Lucas is writing a new trilogy. I just saw Mike Zero's video about it.
Nice, dude. I can't wait.
Dude, that's sick.
That will be most welcome. A surprise to be sure.
That'd be great.
A welcome one.
Oh. Yeah.
Surprise to be sure, but a welcome one.
Boom. Nailed it. Josh, you need to read the new Jedi Order series. No cap. Okay. Right on. I want to. Hey, look, I want to believe. Okay, I want to, but I've been hurt so many times.
Fan theory segment is a dope idea. Much love, gents. What's up, Michael?
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Michael Serta. It's a cool name, Serta. Darius Fafuticus. 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 I like that name too, dude.
Yo, what's up? My name's Darius Fafuticus.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
Damn, it's got a ring.
It does have a ring. Darth Plagueis could have been an incredible show. I already have ideas. Huh?
Who?
Darth Plagueis.
It's a Sith legend.
Oh shit! He was on the ready for that.
Ready.
I already have ideas of post-Empire Star Wars extra Galactic Threat, Unknown Regions stuff. Yeah, I think there's gold in them hills, man. Unknown Regions is where they should go.
Valkyrie, hello. We meet again. In the new sequel trilogy, Luke, Ahsoka, Ezra, Gunji, Grogu as a Padawan, and Cal would start the new Jedi Order against Thrawn, bringing back the new Empire.
I like that.
That's cool. That's neat.
I like where her head is at.
Check out my Darth Maul Squirtle.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Give me another mashup to do. What's your choice if you could see one battle and or arc from Clone Wars in live action? I don't know, Master. Don't make me tell you to do a mashup.
How about Snorlax and Jar Jar?
No. How about Diglett
Oh no.
and
Oh no.
Jabba?
There you go. So I was like, let's get a yeah. There you go.
Just a slimy.
Just a slimy rod. Just a nice long slimy rod.
dick. It was a young Palp show meeting and training with Plagueis, a Darth Bane trilogy, a Revan movie, followed by a spin-off show following Keep Grogu and make a story of him 200 years in the future, leaving the Jedi Order to be a man.
So he wants to go old. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
I don't hate that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Access.
Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Super Nate says, speaking of fan bases having more power, the team behind the Sonic movie listen to the feedback. It is now the most successful video game movie series ever. I think that's a great example. That is another great example. They made that trash version of Sonic. It was real bad. Then they said they were going to fix it. The movie ended up making a lot of money. The second one made even more money. I can't wait for the third one. Those are fun. Yo, my dogs is whining, bro. Hang on.
Wow, 306 million. Whoa, the second one made 405 million.
What are you doing?
Crazy. I didn't know Warcraft made 439 million.
Warcraft made that?
Yeah.
I thought that Warcraft movie at least looked really good. Like it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't nothing special, but like it looked cool. The orcs looked cool.
So are we gonna see Liam or what?
Oh, I don't know. He might be sleeping. Let me see.
Oh, I did Nerd Theory today.
He's always being so cute.
Chat, flood it. Flood the super chats. We need to pay for Vader episode 2. Josh needs to pay for diapers. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I am shocked at how many diapers we go through. Just being honest.
Why are you using so many? Is it because you?
Dude, he literally like we'll change him, and then like start to like feed him or whatever, and then literally like it's 10 minutes later, and he's like,
right. He's little. There isn't much movement. There isn't much space.
No, I know. That's kind of like his thing, anyways.
Oh, it's his thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Dude.
Okay, we'll bring him in a second here.
I'd make Gary start for you. Brady.
There you go, Brady. There you go. Hey, fair play to him. You know, this was his moment. The trilogy I want is the Yuuzhan Vong arc, director-wise. The Duffer Bros with a series for Padawans that escaped Order 66. I like those ideas, bro. Those are good ideas. Is that a Ninja Turtle that is thing? What is that?
No, it's the Predator.
Okay. Damn.
I watched Prey, by the way.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Cool.
I locked it. If I owned Lucasfilm, Luke Soka is so a thing, says Peter B. Parker. My man.
Peter B. Parker.
My man.
Did Palpatine manipulate the Clone Wars in favor of the Republic? Did he have a plan? Or were the Separatists who have won the war? May the Force be with you. No, I think that was just like a failsafe. You know.
Yeah, I would think he was manipulating a lot of it. The Separatists would never have won. Yeah, I don't think he would have ever allowed that.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Like,
So he's talking about DC. There's this awesome event with Blackest Night and Brightest Day. In Blackest Night, this being known as Necron is like trying to take over and eliminate like all life in the universe. And he puts these black rings out that go resurrect like dead superheroes. As you go like zombie version of superheroes fighting. It was so cool. And then Brightest Day was
Necron?
these white lantern rings. What's up?
What's his name? Necron?
Necron.
Necron?
Yeah.
Like necromancer?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
It's a baby.
You want to come be a streamer? Here, say something. Oh, you sleepy, buddy? You sleepy? Oh yeah. Tell him about it. Oh well, that's not that cool. All right. You okay? Yeah, you're okay. You got a little crazy there for a second.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to be awake. Let me pass you back to mom. All right.
Oh!
Oh, thanks, son. He was trying to talk. He's not great on the mic yet, but it's early. So,
Bro, that fills me with love every time I see you with your son.
I know, man. He's such a cool little kid. We got real lucky. It's a cutie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are all these emotions?
Dude, he's a gift, man. I was saying to his mom earlier, I was thinking when he's older, I'm just gonna tell him like even before you were grown, you were already like just bringing so much love into the world and like making people smile, and just he already has like an energy that's really very positive, for me, my family, for many people that watch, so
Yeah.
this is a special little dude with some really good energy, so very blessed.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Book of Boba Fett show erased and see an actual Game of Thrones fight for Jabba's throne after Return of the Jedi. Maybe an overarching bounty hunter war, no empire, easy money.
Yeah, I like that.
Easy.
Good idea.
money.
I've always wanted like that kind of politicking, especially with the Mandalorians. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I like the MF doing helmet he's got on too.
Mando season 3 is going to be popping.
I think so too, bro. Gosh, do I need it?
Also, a Darth Krayt and Talon. Oh, yours. Pick it.
Yeah, no, Darth Krayt and Talon movie, followed by a game. Bring back Mara Jade, OG Thrawn, OG Wedge, Han and Leia's 3 kids, and have them all individual. Yeah, that would be sick, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's like kind of what that's what the EU was kind of doing and building, and yeah, would be cool. Be cool to revisit.
Definitely the Darth Krayt and Talon would be pretty dope.
Yeah, Krayt's a really interestingly designed character too. See him in live action would be pretty nuts.
Yeah. WB had one too many drinks. They regret it the next day.
Yeah, dude, tell me about it. They sure know how to pick them over there, dude.
Yeah.
Sure.
You guys make better Star Wars content than Disney Plus.
Oh, thanks, man.
I don't know about that, but that's nice of you.
Mm-hmm. That's nice of you to say.
Appreciate that.
Force projecting myself across the country to slap the fuck out of Ryan and Kathy. If he gets his trilogy, then I'll just die just to subvert expectations. Yeah, I actually think it could happen, dude. That's what's so wild about it. I think he might be back.
Ryan, our boy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think he might actually be back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think he would actually make a really good Star Wars movie, just if it didn't have any Star Wars characters.
No. I mean,
just...
that's the thing is like, dude, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I hate the idea, but to be fair, Star Wars is already so rocky. You know what I mean? It's like,
I was destroyed.
yeah. So at this point, fuck it, man. Let them do
Well,
it. You know what I
I'll
mean?
be
Like,
the first to admit.
yeah, let's just see.
It ain't,
Let's
it
just
ain't what
see.
it was, man.
Wait, what if he
But I
did
hope.
something amazing? What if he's the one that killed it and the one that brought it back?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That'd be kind of wild.
I don't know about that, man.
And then he just like ruins it again in the next one. He's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, titty milk for everybody."
Oh God.
What?
Predictions
Predictions for the
ending.
ending.
Man,
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think?
I don't know, man. Does it matter? Pedro Pascal's probably gonna piss off John Favreau again, and they're not gonna like 8 years.
Yeah, I predict John Favreau actually coming out in the last episode. Shut it down, Pedro. I've had enough of your stupid, and just rips his face off or something. I mean, that'd be incredible.
Yeah,
Get
we're
him on
gonna
camera.
get like a Peli Moto series or something.
Yeah, I know, right? I think Din will be the Mandalore. I don't think it's going to be Bo, although there's some. It could be Bo. That would be crazy. It could be Bo, but I think it's going to be Din, and then maybe all the Mandalorians now are going to fight against the Imperial Remnant, which
Yeah,
would be
it's
sick.
Right. I think there's gonna be a bigger power that comes in, and then the Ahsoka show will pick up, and it'll show maybe
Oh man,
a bit of an advancement.
that would be so cool, dude. Like
And
if they do that with Thrawn or you know whatever, like dude, I'm in.
Yes,
I'm in.
I agree. I thought sequel trilogy would have been the Thrawn trilogy. That would have been cool. Yeah, it would have been neat. Like,
That would have been really good. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't, but
I don't know.
they
They
fired
fired
Gina for not being a liberal. I mean, kind of. Yeah. That's kind of what it was.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You guys should check out the Galactic Contention mod for the game Squad. It is what EA Battlefront should have been.
Okay. Interesting.
Thanks, PJ.
Give us a Star Wars like Super Smash Bros. Video game with Old Republic prequel, OG trilogy, and some EU characters. That's an interesting thought. You know, because you're not really a Fortnite guy, right?
No.
You didn't play when they had Obi-Wan in there and stuff. Oh, dude, lightsabers in Fortnite was dope, bro. Like you'd pick one up and like it kills in like a couple of hits. You could deflect like bullets and stuff. Like it was kind of awesome. And then you'd like fight Vader occasionally on the map and stuff like that. So I don't know about Smash Bros though. That'd be difficult to do with those characters.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. It can be done. If you don't fit the agenda, you get canceled. I'm ready for the change, man. Break free from the Matrix, my friends, and may the Force be with you. Yeah, you get canceled by people that are intolerable to hear anyone else's opinion other than the sound of their own farts. You know, so it's like, are those people you really want to be accepted by? No.
Right.
What do I care? Okay, cancel me in your own group. Your own group will cancel me. Okay. Well, there's a huge other group that welcomes me. So you literally, you guys you pushed me over to another side. So I mean, it's
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of part of that's why like I don't like to be labeled or be put on either side, and why I won't ever like commit to one, you know, of those kind of things, because like I think you're right in the sense that that's the game that most people play, but I think it's actually incorrect to feel that way so much that you then want to attack the other side or that you vilify the other side. I think that the real way to break that paradigm or the idea of escaping the Matrix in all actuality, like the real way to do that is to just see it for what it is and to not really engage in that bullshit in either way.
What do you mean, politics?
Politics, but also like the way that culture war, because I don't even think the culture war is really all about politics. It's more about like culture. You know what I mean? Because I don't
culture
in some ways,
and then it changes to something else, and you got to hop on that trend.
right? Yeah, but it's temperamental for sure. But it's really like, you know, like left versus right? And the idea of, you know, even saying like, oh well, if you're not left, you're you know, going to get canceled, or this idea that like all of the you know, negative aspects of the culture war all fall on one side. I feel like that's kind of falling for the trap, the illusion of that. I don't think it's that simple. And I think there's a ton of bad stuff that people on the right and the left engage in. And I think one of the worst things they engage in is assuming the other side is their enemy, you know? And so I don't play that.
I think the left does that much more than the right.
I think that
Let me tell you, I used to be quite liberal in the
Mhm.
in the 90s and the 2000s. Being liberal, I think, is what being partially conservative is today. I think
Sure.
being liberal has gone so into another dimension that it's not the same that it used to be.
Right.
You know, I consider myself a social liberal. I think everyone should have equal rights. I think gay people should be able to marry who they want. I think everyone should have the sexual orientation that they choose, or what they think or believe, or whatever they want. You know, I think women should have equal rights as men. But I also believe that, well, I'm not going to go into this.
Well, no, you don't have to. But so I would say that there's a lot of examples of the left going way too far. And if anything, the left, especially in the past couple of years, you can even make the argument last 5 years, they definitely just don't know when to stop and they like eat their own. But honestly, like the right does that a lot too. You know, it's just that I think the
Well,
examples on the left are
both sides are beyond effed up. I think
well, they're just super
the
tribal and really,
extremes
yeah,
both ends. You know,
it's
and
really
so
weird.
yeah, so it's that's what I say. I don't care what political family you are. As if you're a nice person and you're nice to other people, then cool. You
Mhm.
know, then we're friends. You know, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, man. I think that like it's part of accepting the dialect or the dialectic for what it is. Like more or less,
Yeah,
even if you really disagree with somebody's beliefs, opinions, or whatever, we have to like recognize that we live in a culture where we have to figure that out. Like democracy is slow and inefficient, you know, but that's the cost of freedom is like the ability to live harmoniously with people that see the world differently than you do. Ultimately, I think politically speaking and culturally, you should isolate yourself as much as possible, meaning you should decide how to live your own life, what you value, what you want to put into your, you know, like
yeah,
periphery, etc.
right.
Um, and I personally think that's a freedom that a lot of people nowadays do not have, you know?
Yeah,
So I agree with breaking out of the matrix. I agree with that. And Tom Bilyeu, who I think is a great thinker, he coined that phrase. It's a part of his brand way before Andrew Tate. And I agree with this idea, this concept. But that actually does mean letting a lot of that stuff go. It doesn't mean letting go of all of the things of the people you don't like,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Sin City said talking politics is killing the number of viewers right now, dropping like a rock. The viewers can drop to 0.
Mhm.
You know, we speak what we want to speak. We talk about where the conversation flows, and if people aren't interested in that for that moment, they have all the right to move on and go to something else. And if they want to stick around, they can stick around. You know, so
100%.
we don't dance to the tune of views or money or anything. Like I myself have been doing this for over 6 years. I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows, I've seen the numbers, I've seen the dips. It doesn't. I'm here now. I'm not leaving. Like I'm here to speak my mind, and I'm more free than ever. And if you guys are here for it, cool. If you guys aren't,
Yeah.
there's so many other content creators you can watch. You know,
And also, you know, I would just say I actually think it's perfectly healthy to check out of a piece of content or a conversation if you personally find yourself being unable to enjoy it or getting triggered. I actually think checking out is the move. Maybe even more of a move than making a stupid snide comment you just made, man. Like real talk. Like those people are showing more self-control and more control over their being than even you are. You know, so hey,
it's
dude, check out. It's all
yeah,
good.
it's the thing, right? And we are here for the people who want to be here. That's it.
Yep.
If you don't want to be here, don't be here. That's totally
And
fine.
that's it.
It's very easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what's up, Brick? Thanks, man.
Brickanics.
Dono the gamer.
What's up, Dono?
want a donut.
What kind?
I want a voodoo donut, but we don't have them here in Canada.
What's a voodoo donut?
Oh, you guys got them on the West. Yeah, I think you guys got them in California.
Okay. What's special about them or whatever? Is it just a brand or
Yeah, it's like a store. They taste good.
do you like a cakey donut or do you like a fluffy, floaty donut?
Like a fluffy donut.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
A good. Sometimes I can get down with like a nice cakey donut, but like most of the time, man, like have you ever had a cruller? I mean, yeah, you've got Tim Hortons, right? Up there.
Yeah. But
So you've ever had the crullers?
no.
It's like almost like a French, like very, very light, almost like a croissant light. Oh, dude, you gotta try a honey cruller. You've never had a honey cruller?
I had a honey,
Woo!
how about a honey donut?
Is it like super light?
Yeah. It's got a
Yeah.
little icing on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a crisp, and then it's just fluffy.
Yeah. It's like
floatiness.
yeah. Crackly, crispy. Yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I used to really like Boston creams as a kid.
Boston creams can be real good.
They're kind of
Really
cakey,
good.
right?
They can be. It kind of depends. I've had both, but they tend, I think, be more cakey.
They're a little creamy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only divisiveness is the people who want Luke Soka.
And the people who are wrong, my man.
Yeah, Duel of the Fates Funko collection is now complete.
Nice.
Have you seen Hot D yet?
Hot
What?
D. Yeah, that's what they call House of the Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah, which I made some merch actually that says I heart Hot D.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
And meh, my guy, do you feel that Marvel will fix itself soon, or will they goof around a bit more before the gloves come off?
No, I think they'll fix it. I mean, so I think Savage Hulk is coming back. I think they're going to set it up in She-Hulk. And I think there's a lot of what's up.
How's he going to do that? Break free?
No, not exactly. Like, so he's going to have a son. He has a son that he had when he was on Sakaar, named Scar, and Scar is like a Giga Chad, like super alpha. And I think what's going to happen is Bruce is going to lose control again. Hulk's going to take back over, and it's going to be bad when he does. Because like,
when did he have a kid?
yeah, he had a kid. Well, I mean, in the comics, it happens when he's in the Planet Hulk storyline. So it's kind of like what happens in the movies, but not exactly. But there's a lot of rumors that like that's what they're going to set up. So his kid, that's probably what the ship was in the first episode, was them being like, "Yo, you need to come take care of your boy because he's wilding out." So I think he'll go back to Sakaar, and then maybe something crazy will happen, and then Hulk he'll just lose it.
Well, that's where he
So-
went. He like hopped on a ship. And
Mhm. He had complete control for I think at least 2 years.
Yeah.
And Banner had no idea what was going on. So like that's probably when he had the kid.
Damn, who the hell did Hulk smash?
Well, in the comics, she's this badass warrior chick named Kyra. But I don't know who it would be.
Obviously not a
in,
human.
No, she wasn't even. She was alien.
Yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
Well, how would that work?
Wild. I don't know. I mean,
It would not.
poodles,
No.
mate with large dogs. That's
No.
all I'll say. It's just, hey, it happens.
Have I seen House of Dragon yet? I have not. I saw the first episode of Rings of Power. I fell asleep. I don't know. I got to give it a chance. I was jet lagged, so maybe that's the reason. But I wasn't really digging it.
Yeah.
Hey Josh, what would you do if a major studio wanted to pick up your comic and adapt it for a movie or show?
I mean, it would depend, it would depend on the studio, it would depend on what the arrangement was. I think the way that these deals normally work is like, if you want total and full control and you don't want me to be complaining about shit, you got to pay me a lot. If you're not going to pay me a lot, then I want to get points or royalties and I want to be involved in the creative process. So that's kind of the balance. And it would just depend on what was offered. But yeah, I mean, I'd be down. I mean, I think that would be really, really cool. Like, I've often thought, like, the team that did Invincible, like, if I could get that team to like work on my comic, like, of course, that would be incredible, dude. Like, they made an incredible. I can't wait for that second season, bro. Like, holy shit.
Facts, bet, church, on God.
Yeah.
I want to mention Valkorion again. I think he's more powerful than Anakin, but not my default, but because he absorbed the powers of like 9,000 Sith Lords.
I mean, he's super powerful. He also has that crazy fleet, right? That ancient fleet that he finds. that he can control all. It's autonomous,
Yeah,
right?
but I think if Anakin hit his full potential, he would kill everybody. No
Yeah.
problem.
Very possible. Because Anakin's like Gohan. He has the most potential. Ah, Darth Marv. Would you rather have Andrew Tate star as Grand Admiral? Oh my God! Here he comes with the Ezra Miller stuff
Oh
again.
no,
Dude, I'm just so
Dude.
over it.
God.
Or Ezra Miller co-star as a CGI alien
We don't have to
without
answer.
lines, but it's not, bro.
Just
It's Tate.
pay us. We don't have to answer.
Let me just say this for now and forever.
Or Ezra
It's
Miller
not
co-star
Ezra.
as a CGI alien without lines but a strong presence through the movie. Oh, dude, the top G is Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah, dude.
Ezra Miller's not coming anywhere near Star Wars. Okay,
Yeah, please no.
thank you.
Please no.
Dude, Thrawn will walk in and be like, "What color is your?"
What color is your Star Destroyer? I got like 17 people down Star Destroyers.
7 Star Destroyers. What do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got? You're broke.
God.
You're broke.
You're broke. Your rebellion's broke. You're driving in old X-Wings.
We need a space for Empathy's nuts.
Nice.
I don't know.
Nicely done there.
Also, unrelated side note: new bald angry Josh coming soon. Tell your friends and mothers.
I will tell them, man, Laura. I will tell them. I have a nice scrapbook of all the bald versions of me you've ever created. And
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Wanna
Sarah.
give a shout out to Josh from Den of Nerds. Congrats on being a dad. Pretty sure he watches this show. So if you're watching, Josh, you a top G. Hey, thanks, sir. Wait, what?
What? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You made it funny.
Thanks.
No one's ever done that one, actually. That's unique.
Yeah, I know. That was
That's a good
interesting.
one. Yeah.
That was a mind pretzel.
You're dropping hardcore truth, and I'm here for it.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go, Rusty.
Just an opinion. Anakin Vader and Itachi Uchiha equal greatness.
Dude, I'm excited for the new 1,000-year Blood War shit from Bleach. You ever get into Bleach?
No.
It's good, dude. It's good. We need balance, and Josh needs coffee. Dad life. I mean, I am a little tired today. I mean, I'm probably just more zen than I've been in the past couple of weeks. That's all. Just because it's been a long one with the baby.
Wait,
We're all
what?
good
Logan
here.
Paul called out Andrew Tate? Really?
What happened?
Knoxville says Logan Paul calling out Andrew Tate is the most hypocritical shit I've ever seen, but I didn't know he called him out.
Oh,
not
yeah, he called him out.
drama. I
Yeah.
don't know. Did he? Saying
Oh,
what?
yeah, he went hard on him.
What?
Yeah, he just basically said, I think what a lot of people believe about Tate, and he just went for it. I mean, Logan got a lot of backlash from his own fans about it and things like that. It's interesting. I get where people are coming from as far as like him being hypocritical, and I don't think he necessarily needed to go that hard. But
I got to see this clip.
I mean, look, Logan just sees it the way that he sees it, and you know what's funny, man, is like, so
Okay.
I was at a tournament on Saturday, and there's a couple of like younger kids there, and like the younger kids like were talking about Andrew Tate, and it was the first time I had ever seen like that. There's actual like because it's TikTok, right? It's the TikTok algorithm. That's like really what blew him up, and I was like, damn, like dude, these young people really are just loving Andrew Tate. And I have my own feelings about that. It's interesting. It's weird. But yeah, Logan went pretty hard on him. I gotta let these dogs back in. I can still hear you.
Dogs out.
Come on,
Yuri yawns in stream, Josh. No, don't say that.
Just up. Leia,
come Say that.
on. Get in here. Big girl. Get your little booties out of here.
Don't say that.
Just up.
And since I was 17, staying up till 3 a.m. watching your vids, now doing the same in my last semester of college. You guys are getting me through to school. Dude, we will be getting you through your divorce.
Damn, don't put that evil on him.
Man, well, if he gets married, he's putting that evil on himself. All right.
True.
Well, I shouldn't talk. You're married.
Yeah, but I got a good one. They're rare. They're rare.
I shouldn't have done that. It's not the Jedi way.
Well, I guess. All the dudes in relationships be like, "No, how dare you say this?"
I know, right?
Whatever, man. Whatever, dude.
It's just a joke.
Whatever. Is it?
Everybody's wound too tight these days.
Is it?
I don't know,
Much
maybe.
love to you guys. Dope tattoo theory. Congrats on the baby, Josh. Which one of George's kids would have took over, but he got big shoes to fill? I wish one of George's kids would took over.
Mm.
I don't think they really like I don't know. Do any of them really show much interest? Movies. I always find like whatever your kids are is usually the opposite of you.
Hmm.
If I ever have a kid, he's probably like not gonna like working out. He's probably not gonna like Star Wars or Dragon Ball Z, and he's probably going to like I don't know, like BMX or something.
I
But I
think
like-
about that too sometimes.
You know,
Like,
like, who knows?
man, like,
Or what if he's a spitting image? You know, who knows?
yeah. Yeah, you never really know, man. I always say, like, I don't really care what he's into. I just want him to be passionate about it and to, you know, put all of himself into it. That's all.
Wow, that's a wish for world peace.
I mean, sure. Why not, dog? Let's get it. World
Forgetting
peace.
Shang-Chi, strong men, ladies in film. No, we mentioned Shang-Chi. He was kind
Yeah.
of soft.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the movie.
Oh, really? I like that. Actually, I thought it was like kind of mid when I saw it in theaters, but nowadays, bro, like it's one of my rewatches a lot. I think it's actually pretty good.
I'm waiting for Thor. I want to watch that one.
Oh god, that one was not good. In my
Disney
opinion.
really took media and executed Order 66, but rather than killing off Jedi, they killed off any all halfway competent male characters. So this is how masculinity dies with thunderous applause.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about before. It's quite unfortunate.
I mean, definitely in the Last Jedi, especially. It, you know what I mean? Like it's there. Diego says, I feel like the sequels ruined George Lucas' story. How do you think they can continue the story moving forward after 9? Love both of your content. Thanks for having an opinion for the fans. I think like the best way to do it is to jump way ahead. But if you are going to deal with those characters, I think you need to do something super compelling. I would sideboard Rey, like, and they're apparently in the new vacation movie or whatever. She's off in the unknown regions. Perfect. You know, she's off in the unknown regions exploring shit, and nobody knows where she's at.
The Lego one?
Yeah. So something like that. And yeah, I would just make them way better, bro. Like, you know, I know that's kind of like an esoteric thing to say, but like that's it. That is what it is.
Just
You have
make
to
'em
have a
better.
compelling story. Yeah, like just make them better.
What's up, Paul? You guys' thoughts? Ahsoka trailer this week at D23. Also, I'm pretty sure we'll get the Mandalorian trailer.
Yeah.
Also, will we get Force Ghost Hayden talking to Ahsoka or flashbacks from Clone Wars? I think so.
Why not both? Yeah, Ahsoka trailer would be amazing, bro. Like that would really get me hyped up. So I'm excited for the possibility of that.
Anime tends to do the funny, serious protagonist well. Goku, Naruto, maybe compensating the beta on for male protagonists is a Western thing.
Well, there's arcing, there's growth there. That's the thing.
Definitely.
So, like, yeah, you have the shonen trope. And by the way, this is, dude, I love this shit. It's so fascinating to me. But like, if you watch Akira, like, and I've seen people like really break down like Akira, and a lot of anime is like this. Japan as a culture was kind of demasculated after World War II. Like, they kind of got like really badly cucked. And then there was like an identity crisis for that whole culture of young men growing up. And so if you watch a lot of anime, it's literally like beta bitch boys that kind of against the odds become incredibly powerful and like overcome stuff. So like you can kind of see that in that, you know? Yeah. So I mean, I have no problem with things of that nature. Like, growth is important. You can start out. I mean, look at Luke. Luke's that way. Luke is a shonen character. He is a little bitch, and then he becomes so powerful.
Look at Anakin.
You know?
He's a little bitch, becomes super powerful but evil, and then loses, and then becomes really powerful.
So yeah, I think that I definitely think that's a thing they do in anime.
Yeah. Were you disappointed Grogu went back to Mando? It kind of destroys the point of season 2 finale. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of does.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, it's a dope part of the Book of Boba Fett, but you step back and think about it, and you're like, dude, holy shit! What was all that for?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Do you like the Arrowverse? I don't know.
Arrowverse was cool for a while. It fell off pretty hard. Season 2 of Arrow was incredible, dude. You guys expecting any news on the Bad Batch on Disney Plus Day? Also, how excited are you guys about Andor? The first part, yes, I would really hope so. And clarification on when all of these things are coming out, I think would be great. As for the Andor thing, I'm excited for Andor. I'm not like super hyped up right now. I think when it gets a little closer, I'll start to get excited.
I think it's like 3 weeks away. 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks away. Wow.
Is it 2 weeks away?
2 weeks, bro. It's the 5th. It's pretty much 2 weeks away.
I thought it came out. Yeah. What, the 21st?
21st.
Oh shit.
February.
Yeah, you're right. It's about 3 weeks. Damn.
2
3 episodes too. That'll be wild.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Next week will be 4. Okay, yeah. Like I said, 2 weeks. MK Matt says, I don't want either of these to happen. But what do you think would be cooler? Star Wars characters showing up in the MCU or MCU characters showing up in Star Wars? Yeah, it's just a bad mix, dude. Like those they don't mix well. You know, if anything, maybe certain Marvel characters could go to Marvel or could go to Star Wars, like spacefaring characters, but
Andrew Tate for Darth Bane.
Andrew Tate for Darth Bane.
I'm gonna go peek.
Interesting. Speaking of fan made, have you seen the group Bat in the Sun? Wait, what? On Fbook and YouTube, they do live action mashups. Green Ranger versus Ryu, Vader versus Batman, and many more. I don't think I've ever heard of them. I've watched a few of the death battles, and I think those are really fun. But no, I don't know who Bat in the Sun is. No, I don't know about that. But I like your cat. I like your cat with the saber. Looks real fierce. Looks real cool. Also like Hot D, chat. I don't know if y'all knew this about me, but I'm a fan of Hot D. And I hated what they did to the end of Game of Thrones. Hated it. And I never thought in a million years that I would be excited about watching Game of Thrones every Sunday again. But holy shit. The show's incredible. Dragons, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hear about dragons? Y'all know about dragons? They're pretty cool. They breathe fire. They have wings. I like Hot D. And in fact, you know what else? They should do dragons in Star Wars. In the old what were those books? The Jedi books. I forget what they were called. The New Jedi Order or some shit. There were these flying rancors that were something like dragons. Dude, can you imagine a Jedi riding on a flying rancor? Like, that's what I mean is like, dude, in the EU and like back in the day, you'd get these really creative people that were just like hyped up, man. And they wanted to take Star Wars stuff and like push the high fantasy elements, push what you could do with the Force, you know, all these different ideas. And it seems like what we get with Star Wars nowadays is like very derivative. And how do we just make more of what had come before? You know? So dragons.
I have returned.
Dragons, bro. You gotta watch House of the Dragon, man. I'm telling you. You're gonna love it.
Yeah. I just hate the Crave app. It's so bad.
What the fuck
So
is
annoying.
that?
It's like the only way you can get HBO here.
Oh, okay.
You can't get, there's no like HBO.
What about VPNing it? And
Yeah, but then I gotta set up my laptop and I just want to like go downstairs and
yeah.
get it going on.
You know, the first episode's on YouTube for free.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Check that out, and maybe if you really like
Really
it.
cool.
Well, they just dropped that. I think
I
they
wanna
did
watch
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched
they
it.
did it to fight Rings of Power. Like when Rings of Power premiered, they were like, "Oh, our first episode is now free on YouTube," so that people, like, more people could check it out.
Oh, wild.
Mm-hmm.
Are they crushing Rings of Power?
No, I mean Rings of Power destroyed them as far as views in the first week. Rings of Power got 25 million views on its first 24 hours. Now, the real question is going to be what happens next week, because I think the reception on Rings of Power is not as good as Hot D. So like House of the Dragon is like, people are there for it, and a lot of people are there for it. I'm wondering how Rings of Power is going to do. Like next week, did they drop significantly? Is it still that huge of a number? Because like, bro, if they
It'll
can pull
rise.
20, 25 million people like in a 24-hour period, that's fucking crazy. Like that's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's ridiculous. Will you upload
That's a lot.
fix to your DBG? Yes, dude. Definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, go subscribe to Dragon Ball Theory.
Dragon Ball Theory.
Sensations.
I like that.
What if Goku was evil?
Yeah, if you didn't get hit on the head or whatever.
Never lost his memory. Hey, Theory, thank you thank you for your years of Star Wars content. I wouldn't enjoy Star Wars as much if it was for you. Thank you for your videos. Oh, thank you, Roy. That's nice.
That's nice of you, Roy.
Glad you enjoy the channel. Did you enjoy the Chanel?
Breaking news. Daily Wire has signed Star Wars Theory to produce movies after cancellation. LOL, imagine though.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm good. Yo,
this is
DBS
interesting,
Broly or DBS Superhero? DBS Broly. Also, Broly, Goku, Vegeta trio would go crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I would actually say Superhero, but they're both really good. Like they're both top tier
Really?
Dragon Ball movies. Yeah, I prefer Superhero just a
I
little
didn't
bit.
like the animation in Superhero.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, like for sure. If you don't,
I'm
just
an
at a
old
base
school guy.
level, it's
I thought the
gonna be
animation
hard.
Broly was beautiful, amazing.
It is at parts, dude. I'm not as sold on it as everybody else is. Like Goku looks like straight up weird sometimes, and he's got like a pig nose. Like the way it's animated, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it looks really good in the middle of the action, but there's like some where they're just doing like dialogue and shit, and I'm like, dude, what is this? So I think that if they improve on the animation style of Superhero, like it could be real good. Like because it's a very interesting style that they
Just-
used.
Excited to keep reading the manga.
Dude, yeah, that Black Frieza. Black Frieza, man. You got to get to that Black Frieza.
Do you think Bendu could, an ancient Sith Lord disguising himself on the light side to try and turn Kanan to the dark side? He did use Force and Lightning.
That's true. He did.
Bendu is in between.
Yeah.
He won't ever choose a side because then he's not Bendu.
Your presence here is like a violent storm. I love that part, dude. The Bendu's an interesting character for sure.
Yeah, he's cool.
Mhm.
Goku versus Itachi. I don't know who Itachi is.
Yeah, I don't know who Itachi is either. Is he saying like Ichigo?
I don't know. Aetherian Josh. Love the streams. Josh, how would you do phase 1 for a DC hard reboot? Just like the movies you do, and how do you end phase 1?
Start with World's Finest. It's Batman and Superman. It's the first
Shut
time
up.
they've ever teamed up together.
Oh,
What? Oh, a series going on. I would start with a World's Finest movie. In this universe, Batman and Superman have never met. There's this crazy thing that's going on. Maybe let's say Brainiac, because I feel like Darkseid's a little overused. So maybe like a Brainiac thing. And Batman and Superman have to work together to do it. Diana shows up because it's a big deal. And then you sort of get like maybe you bring the Green Lantern in, and then you have a Justice League formed after that. That's how I would start it. Yeah. And then maybe you lead towards like Darkseid or Necron or something like that.
Necron. People have spoken. They want a Kenobi Gallery watch party, something for us to rage at together. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, Andor streams will be fun. Favorite Legends Sith Lord?
I'm gonna pick whatever comes to mind. Darth Sion.
Nihilus. Simple. I'd make George's trilogy and do a Qui-Gon prequel series. I like keeping it simple. Respect that.
Did Sidious have a plan for pre-suit Vader? I can't imagine he wanted to spend 10 years forming the Empire to just be overthrown by him after 8 months. Sure he did have a plan.
Yep.
But that
I think his
whole
plan was to keep a lot of the secrets to himself and not teach Anakin how to achieve his full power.
Well, he was just gonna keep dangling the carrot over Anakin's head, like I can bring Padme back. Don't kill me. That was his thing, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll do what I can to help your project come to fruition because you are truly one of us. Unlike Kennedy, adding to that, I would somehow like to see Ezra and Thrawn CGI fanfic. Ooh,
He's talking about
that
your
could be
project.
cool.
Project.
Yeah.
Whose
Wait,
project?
what? I don't know, but that's a cool idea.
What's up, Nick? Fantasy trilogy Mandos or some other faction led the movies and Jedi to take a back seat. Star Wars can be Star Wars without being Jedi heavy, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Jedi heavy, but it would just feel weird if it was about something else. Like if Grogu wasn't in the Mandalorian, it wouldn't feel the same.
Yeah, I understand what Nick's saying, but nah, man. To me, no. You need Sith or Jedi. You need Force users.
Mhm.
I love that kind of stuff. So
The Force.
If I owned Lucasfilm, I'd reveal the Force is way more than pushing, pulling, and lightning. I'd also focus in on a new era as well. I mean, yeah, exploring the Force. Interesting idea, bro.
Yeah, like midichlorians. That would have been cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, thinking about starting a Star Wars channel, but was wondering if you could talk a bit on how you maneuver through making a career on Star Wars content creation while avoiding legal trouble. I can't really talk on it because I didn't know what I was doing when I made video. Like I never started my channel to make a career out of it. Like I was never like, hey, I'm gonna make money doing this. Like I was just doing what I always did as a kid. I just made a video, So and I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give you legal advice.
Just look up fair use. That's what allows us all to do this is fair use. Commentary, transformative work. Bring back the Versus series or I unsub. JK, but
How do you
please.
say that I have about 8 or 9 thumbnails that were just made by Render Driver for a Versus series for for about 9 different videos. So
damn, okay, nice.
thank you, man.
Everything Mike Zero says is true. Dang. Matthew says, pitch TV series about street orphan on Coruscant that is taken in by the temple, maintains connection to the streets, and becomes vigilante, fighting all sorts of scum and villainy. I like that, dude. I think that's cool.
Thanks, Matthew.
Nice pitch.
Kulinad.
Yeah. Oh,
Master
shit.
Ultra Yukai.
Oh, shit.
At Fate Yoshi.
I watched Rings of Power. I thought the first episode was very boring. Second episode's a little bit better. The dwarfs really help it out. And I guess I'll give it more of a shot. I felt bad. Like I was kind of shitting on it on Friday on my stream. And then I saw Rings of Power in the chat like about 30 minutes into the stream. And I was like, hey man, yeah, no, I loved it, bro. Don't go back and watch the stream. It's good shit.
Would you get to voice Shadow in Sonic 3? I'm going to say my buddy Mark Gibbon.
Who's that?
He voiced a lot of different things, including one of the original Hulks in Marvel. So
I'm going to say Danny DeVito.
He's got a crazy voice, super deep.
Nice.
He sounds like this. Have you guys ever seen the Fairly Odd Parents movie? So he was the he's the blonde-haired guy. Demi Turner.
Couldn't I, dude?
What are you doing?
Fairly Odd Parents was not.
I'm sure people know. They were young Daniel versus Miguel, season 4. Oh, bro, I already did a video on this though.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
Yeah, Jorgen von Strangle.
There's Shibby. Do Mew and Yoda. Oh, that's a good one. Mew and Yoda. I like that. I still think Jar Jar and Snorlax would be great.
Valkyrie. Do you think we'll get a live action Omega from Bad Batch in Book of Boba 2 or Mando? Would you want to see her or other BB members in live action? Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I think being the sister of Boba Fett, that's kind of interesting. So
yeah, for sure. And I like a lot of the Bad Batch just in general. So hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
bring it on. Any job postings y'all need? Nah, man.
Thanks, MK.
No, sorry, bud.
Thanks, MK. Give us a record in live action.
That'd be cool. Yeah, it'd be super cool, dude. Going all Hulk on everybody.
The meat.
If I owned Lucasfilm, I would make the Knights of the Old Republic trilogy. Right on, brother. It's a good idea.
D-Man! Want a Viking-style Star Wars show based on a different time where there's a lot of Sith and Jedi doing epic things. Viking, Mike Hurst are just so good, man. It's seriously what Star Wars should be. It's a beauty. Mike. I feel like that's one of those ones where you get like canceled.
I don't know what that. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but the Viking show is cool, and
I'd
I
love
actually
to see
do think that would be kind of a nice, like Raiders and stuff like that. That'd be kind of interesting. Why do Hot D and Rings of Power get millions of dollars, but spin-offs of The Man Who Changed Film Forever get such little respect? GLO is the GOAT. F Hollywood.
Because it's Disney.
Yeah, I mean, Disney's in the business of putting out smaller budget stuff that they can just crank out like a factory and just keep people engaged on Disney Plus. And I mean, to a degree, these other studios want to do that too. But you know, look, they spent $1 billion on this Lord of the Rings show. They want it to be way different. They want it to be like an event. And yeah, I mean, I just don't think Marvel and Star Wars is really committed to that idea.
I think it's kind of like this. It's like if I made only one video every 6 months, that video is going to be just ridiculously amazing. You know, I wouldn't be bothering making like news videos here and there about like little things or like, you know, like, right. So I think Rings of Power or the Game of Thrones show, whatever, Hot D, it's not being milked like Disney's milking Star Wars.
Right. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. Because what was that channel that did the Anti trilogy? They only do a video like every year. They do like one video a year, and it's like
and they're
dope.
bangers.
Yeah, they're bangers, but yeah, they only do once a year. So
Theory would be cool if you covered the OT radio dramas. They have some extra monologue. Also, they release records that tell the story of Ord Mantell. Yeah, you know, I want to go and listen to those. It's just, each one's like 4 or 5 hours, and sometimes I'm just like, you guys into Superman and Lois? I just started it, and I'm really enjoying it.
I've liked what I watched.
The old show?
No. That was Lois and Clark. No, this is a new one. It's CW. Yeah, it's not bad. Tyler Hoechlin. He does a pretty good Superman, actually. Melch Therapy says, "Congrats on becoming a father, Josh. I have a 7-year-old son, and he's the greatest gift the universe could give anyone." Yeah, man, it's a very special thing. I'm very blessed. Thank you.
It's nice to say. Yeah. If I owned Lucasfilm, Luke's Jedi Order would be thriving. Finn would be a Jedi, and Dune would be one of the best bounty hunters in the galaxy. Dune? Do you mean Dirge?
No, I think he means Cara Dune.
Oh,
I could be wrong, but
yeah.
Calling it. RJ won't make another Star Wars. Mark my words. Oh, maybe. We shall see. Yeah, we shall. We shall see. You don't think Kathleen Kennedy would do it?
No, Ryan Johnson has returned.
Somehow, Ryan Johnson has returned.
Final
Final time I won't mention him, but if I say that before, I am sorry, but they should bring back the Sith Emperor and have him be the enemy of the sequels. Yeah, Vitiate would be cool, bro, for sure.
Vichy.
Vichy.
Hey, yo, where's Battlefront 3? For reals, though. I don't know, man. Why don't you call it BA?
Oh, they ain't doing that, bro.
Definitely on both sides, but the world is out of balance on a massive scale.
The world is definitely chaotic. Theory, you sounded like a libertarian. I like that. Says Darth something.
A libertarian is like what? What is that?
I mean, there's all sorts of sects. I think that the basic idea of a libertarian is like the characterization, the character version is like they don't like taxes at all, super small government, you know, everybody's personal liberty above everything. Which I think is definitely a very easy, safe, cool theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there was one thing I would do, I would green light a Darth Bane trilogy like ASAP LeMayo. Yeah.
That would be a good idea, bro.
Why the hell?
That would be a good idea there, Tristan. Since we're all friends, Warzone tonight? Yo, is Warzone, when's Warzone 2 come out, bro?
November.
November?
Early November. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Ragnarok. Yo, Theory and
See-
Josh, long-time viewer and just became a member. Thank you, Alex. It's the least I can do for keeping me informed and entertained for all these. That's really nice of you. Thanks,
Right
man.
on.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Right on, Alex. Star Wars is political chat. Sure. I can't really argue with that.
I like this one. What's up, Zach?
Zach Braddock. Interesting. Shadow
Shadow?
Jedi.
Yo, Mason.
What the fuck?
Mama. God damn it. Why?
Joshua Washi. Curious, who's your favorite character design in DBZ? Mine's Future Trunks. Right out of the Time Chamber. Saw the new movie. I think the art style is whack AF. Okay. Who's your favorite character design, dude? Also, I'll throw one out that's like not a typical one that I really, really like. Omega Shenron. Omega Shenron was
wow.
dope, bro.
Yeah.
He was dope, bro.
I really like Super
That's
Saiyan
really
4.
Super Saiyan 4 is a great
I
design.
really like Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, great
Cool.
design.
Like
GT had good designs, brother. I mean,
Bro,
that's because Toriyama did them, but
like they're gonna keep going like to different hair colors and shit, but like when are they gonna grow a tail again? Like there's
Right.
gotta be a point where they just go so insanely powerful that they revert back to their ape form.
Mhm.
And they like harness that power and like that's the GTA method, man. I think it worked.
yeah,
Sorry, not GTA.
GT. They're going in an interesting kind of different route with that, it would seem, but yeah, I like the Super Saiyan 4.
Thanks, Wicked. I'm starting up this week again with Madi Schwartz.
Noise. Love you guys. Also, shout out to The Hue. Featured 2 songs in Fallen Order. I love them even before that. So that was hype for me.
You know
Sick.
the guys who did the music. Doom in the well. Something like that.
Definitely had some good music for sure.
Ooh.
Had some good stuff.
I can't do it, but you know what I'm saying. Mr. Theory, I've been one of, if not my favorite YouTuber for God knows how long. Thanks. Thank you for all your amazing content. Thanks you too, Josh. You guys are the best out there. Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
Yup. ASD.
Josh, how would Hulk get back to Sakaar? Could he get back out again? It took Thor and Valkyrie flying out to the Devil's Anus in Ragnarok to get out. Well, in the She-Hulk show, there's a ship from Sakaar that comes to Earth, and spoilers, in the most recent episode, no, actually, I think it was episode 2, Bruce is seen leaving on a Sakaarian ship. So probably via like the hexagonal jump things that the Guardians used in Guardians 2. Probably something like that. Just jumping through space.
Bo Mulder trilogy. Luke, Quinlan, Ahsoka, Kestis, Bridger, new Padawans, new Jedi Order, fight against new Sith-y Dark Jedi faction, unlikely truce, fight you Zongba. Ooh, yes, dude, I
I
like
like
that.
the unlikely truce.
Yeah,
I like
I
that.
like
Yeah.
I like
cool.
that. It's a good idea, man.
That's real cool.
Congrats on the wedding.
Real cool. That's something we really haven't seen too much of in Star
No,
Wars.
that'd
It's
be
in
cool.
Dragon Ball a lot.
Mm.
Where like the villains set the team, or the villains and the heroes set the team up. Vegeta, Piccolo, the androids.
X-Ace with the Acolyte trailer. Dude, my shoulders, there's something wrong with it.
My shoulder was actually like giving me a lot of trouble, and I started doing more push-ups every day. And it's been helping it out a little bit. Because like I still live, but like there's something about like consistent push-ups each day that helped me out a little. Sup, nerds? Been a fan since 2017. Since we on the topic of if fans owned Lucasfilm, have you guys thought about creating a crypto project centered around funding Star Wars content? Fan films, community would be lit. Cheers. Yeah, unfortunately, like that ship has kind of sailed for me, dude. Like, look, I actually like was really bullish on NFTs and I like that technology, but then like so many scammers and just bullshit artists like fucking ruined it, dude. Like you can't even say NFT online without just people being like, ew, NFTs. So, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe it won't always be like that, but no.
But thanks, Spencer.
It's got a bad stigma to it, unfortunately, you know.
Here's how it comes is my little weenie.
Ah, dude, that bottle is noise, though. Disney and other media companies haven't figured out that you don't have to demean or beat down men to make women great. Just make better stories and characters, and we'll all love them. I agree.
Yeah, I agree, man.
I agree.
Sin City Sith.
I agree with that, Sin City.
I agree, sir. I would love to see a
Jeffrey.
Kotor movie before episode 1, Darth Plagueis, Revan, etc. But only having Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau can direct, make them, since they are doing a great job doing these TV series. You know, I would love to see that. You know, sign me up for anything Plagueis. And I really hope that they talk about Plagueis in the Acolyte show,
Mm-hmm.
or at least his master, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty damn
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, Jeffrey. Hope you're well, man.
Yeah, I got some high hopes for that one.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Mhm. Imagine 10 years from now, they release new OT trilogy, except Luke isn't a Jedi. He's a gunslinger. Han and Chewie are gay for each other. No Leia, and Vader is a big bad you never see. This is Rings of Power. Interesting. OT trilogy.
Han and Chewie are gay for each other.
Han and Chewie are gay for each other. Who's gay in Rings of Power? Maybe I just wasn't picking up on the vibes right. I just think the show's kind of boring. I don't know about all that.
Maybe it'll pick up.
I hope so. Jesus Christ. Spent $60 million on an episode, and there's no amazing, incredible action sequence. Do you
What?
remember the intro? $60 million per episode. Do you remember the intro to the Fellowship of the Rings? The line of elves with their double blades slicing up on the orcs. This incredible battle with Sauron.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was hype, bro.
How much was the Fellowship of the Ring? How much did that cost? Google.
I'm gonna say probably 150 million.
Ring budget. Oh, wrong. You're incorrect, my lord. So none of the Lord of the Rings movies ever went over a budget of 100 million.
What?
Fellowship was 93 million USD. Lord of the Rings: Two Towers 94 million, and Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King 94 million.
That's wild.
But The Hobbit was 180 million.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Did you ever see The Hobbit when they did the 48 frames a second version? Do you remember this?
Saw it when it came out.
Did you? Did
Was
it
that
look
it?
all like weird and shit to you? So Peter Jackson was convinced that he could break the 24 frames a second thing and double it and do like a new cool thing. And dude, people hated it. And I hated it. I watched it. I don't know if anybody in chat remembers or saw it in 48 frames a second.
I don't
Bro,
know.
it was so jittery and the lighting looked all weird and shit. I was like, wait, what?
Wait, movies are only 24?
Yeah, 24 frames a second. Yeah.
But games are 60?
Yeah, 30 or 60, depending. Yeah.
Mm.
But games have smoothing and different like fidelity things. Movies
Right.
don't. I mean,
That-
nowadays they can.
Josh,
Josh, a sincere congratulations on a beautiful baby boy. The force is strong with him. Also, dude's show idea. It's just a chill show where Vader meditates in his back tank. Thoughts?
he just comes up with dreams.
Why not?
You just follow his dreams. Follow your heart. Yo, Ovila Gaillansier. Last name is pronounced Galant, but please keep saying it like you do. Also, one guitar skills update, bro. I've been playing for like 13 years. It's dope. Oh, Galant? Oh, but I've been saying it cool, though. I'm going to say it more like bougie. Ovila Gaillansier. You know, like Gallardo? Like Lamborghini Gallardo? You don't say Gallardo? But I guess,
I probably would.
I guess you're not Italian.
No.
No,
Or
not-
Polish. You know what I mean?
I'm going to think Avila's Italian.
Too much skis and
We must find out the heritage behind Avila.
yeah, he's in my chat earlier today too. I at first called him Oliver and then I felt bad.
You cannot disrespect the Gaillansier like this. Ever.
Gaillon Seer. Well, now I know how to say it, so I will try to remember.
The Gaillansier. It's a dope name, even though that's not how you actually say it.
It is really cool.
Yeah, and the guitar starting up this week again. Hero of Light. I'm tapping in. If I own Lucasfilm, I offer you a big fat contract to be a head of creative for starters, erase the sequel trilogy, and recanonize parts of the EU. Make Luke's Jedi Order thriving.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, I'm down. Luke's Jedi Order was sick. Why did they do
What's
that?
The Sith
The
shit.
Sith chef says nothing. Rise Against Them says, here's the 2 shows that we need. Ignore a lot of continuity. First, we need The Mandalorian Civil Wars. Agreed. That would be dope. Second, we need a Coruscant Underworld movie with the Black Sun. Ooh, little Prince Zizor. That could be interesting.
Little Prince ZZ.
Prince Zizi.
It's like a rapper's name. Yo, Little ZZ.
Yo, little Z's. What Star Wars shows are you guys most excited for? Ahsoka for me.
Babu Frick.
Dude, let's go. He's going to be in Mando 3.
Babu. Probably Mandalorian.
me, Babu Freak.
Probably Mandalorian. Acolyte. If it ends
Yeah.
up being hot.
If it ends up being hot and hot, good, not hot, poo poo. If I had my way, I'd adapt the Jedi Academy books by Kevin J. Anderson. Luke's Jedi Academy on Yavin 4, undiscovered Sith temples in the spirit of Exar Kun nearby, kept Duran. That would be perfect. I like that.
Did you know I interviewed Kevin J. Anderson with Mark?
Nice. He's pretty chill, dude.
Yeah. He's a cool cat.
Cool cat. I read some of those Jedi Academy books. Those were fun.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Vision season 1 and the upcoming season 2? I liked season 1. There's a lot of bullshit, but there were some really great ones. Season 2, I'm not so sure about. Did you hear they're doing a whole bunch of different nationalities? So it's not just Japanese anymore?
Oh.
Yeah, they got a French studio, a Belgian studio, all these different studios doing it. I know. I'm over it, dude.
I want anime.
I wanted anime stuff.
Whatever. I think a great recent example of female characters in cinema is Phoenix in the Top Gun Maverick. I have not seen an interesting character who is great not because she's a woman, but because she's a badass fighter pilot.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of great examples of female characters that have done really well. And again, sometimes it's not even that the female character is not done well. It's that the male characters are done a disservice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I hear you.
Yo, Theory, have you watched the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies yet? If not, that would be an incredible experience for you, basically. I think I have. Fellowship was like 4 hours or something, right?
Yeah, they're a million times better, which is so weird to say, but they really are. So, like, if you haven't ever seen these, chat, highly recommend. In the last one, so much more stuff makes sense. Like in the theatrical cut, when they roll up to Mordor, all the armies of Mordor are just there at the gate, and you're just like, you don't even like think about it. In the extended cut, he has a conversation, and Aragorn himself taunts Sauron to get him to bring all the army to the front of Mordor to give Frodo a chance. It literally makes so much stuff make more sense. So highly recommend the extended cuts. They're very, very good.
Oh, very cool.
Quite cool, my friend.
Favorite
Quite
Star
cool.
Wars novel. I love the Dark Horse EU.
Dark Horse, you good?
Dude, I mean, those are the comics.
Right.
Those are the best.
Yeah, those are really good. I like Plagueis. We both like Plagueis. But if he's not going to eat, I mean, technically that's EU.
Dude, yeah, I don't think anything's really going to beat Plagueis for me.
Yeah, Plagueis is so good, bro.
The Apprentice. The Apprentice. Valkyrie. Sabe is getting so much love in written format. What do you think of Luke meeting her and having her tell him all about Padme? Yeah, it'd be cute. It'd be cute. Just like Josh's baby.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the end of it. This is the end of the line.
Oh, dude, you know what's funny? Because that made me think of the Doors song. Bro, Liam loves the Doors. He loves the Doors. Yeah. So it's one of my favorite bands. And for the parents out there is a Spotify channel where they take popular music, even like Metallica, and they do it in the style of lullabies. So it's all done with like little what are those things called, xylophones and shit like that.
Yeah.
Bro, it is so cool, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those real cool dad things where like I can put on like lullaby versions of The Doors, and he
Wow.
loves it. Yeah, it's so cool.
Crazies.
Yeah, man, the
Crazies.
shit they have today.
Whole saga focused on Revan, played by Christian Bale, would be sick, showing his early
Oh.
days as a Jedi to his crusade against Mandalore, and lastly his service to the Empire and his redemption. So, chat, would you guys want Keanu Reeves to play Revan or Christian Bale? So, type C for Christian Bale, type K for Keanu.
I think both would do good, but I'd probably have to lean to Christian Bale, man.
Christian Bale would probably kill it.
Last one of the
Last.
night. Congrats, Josh. Also just had a baby. Named my daughter after the best Star Wars character ever, Darth Ray Palpatine Skywalker. Wow, nice. That's great, Alex. Thank you so much.
Damn,
Different
everyone's
strokes, different
going Keanu.
folks.
No, it's kind of mixed now. There's a lot of Christian Bale now. There's more Christian Bale. There's a ton of Christian Bale. What the hell is with you guys? It was like all K and then it was C. That's mixed.
They're pulling a switch up on you, brother.
You guys are switching it up. You guys are voting
Trying to hit you
twice.
with the switch up.
Illegal. Get Liam into Kanye.
I mean, yo, old Kanye's the truth, man.
Laura's so bad in Rings of Power, but if you don't accept it, you are an ist and a phobe. They butchered what was precious to us. See, I don't know heads from tails when it comes to Lord of the Rings, but
Yeah, I'm a normie, bro. I can't really get like that's the thing.
and
It's like I'm not sweaty, so
no.
I got nothing for you, man. I just thought it was boring. That's all.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll see with the third episode. How many episodes they got?
I actually don't even know. It's probably like at least 8, right?
Seven.
I know there's 10 episodes of Hot D.
Probably didn't read my super chat, so I'll say it again. I'll help fund whatever film project. No, we read it. We read it.
We just didn't totally know what you're talking about.
You are one of us, and I would love to see an Ezra and Thrawn CGI fanfic. Well, appreciate that.
Much
Sandra.
love, Sandrock. Much
Yeah,
love.
so, thanks, man. Yeah. You want to become a member? Or just throw soupies at us. Or just watch. Whatever you
Or
want.
just watch, like, subscribe, share.
Yeah, it's
the
really
video.
like the bare minimum. So it's
Mhm.
all we want. If you,
Mhm.
Hitting like is so important on YouTube because if you don't hit like, then they don't push our videos out. And then if they don't push our videos out, then people don't watch them as much because they don't see them. And then if they don't see them, then YouTube takes it as like, okay, well, your videos aren't being watched much. So we're going to promote other channels that make us more money.
Yep.
So it's like it's so, yeah. Anyways, it's not even like if you subscribe, you will see everything. It's like, no.
Oh, hell no, bro. No.
No,
That ain't
dude.
how that works.
No, it's
Mm-mm.
it's very rigged.
Mhm.
Came in late, was at work for night shift. I want a show about Grievous as a Kaleesh warrior, as well as when he turns to the cyborg warrior. I think it'd be cool to explore him as the victim of Dooku and the Separatists.
That would be fun, dude. That is a very interesting idea.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jackson.
Young Grievy.
Young gravy.
Well, chat. Thanks for sticking around tonight for almost 3 hours. We love you. We hope you had fun. We apologize that we were late today, but hopefully we made up for it with our conversation and our banter, as always.
Banter. And yeah, and I think next week we'll be talking hopefully about some dope shit they announced on Saturday.
Yeah,
And then we're
dude.
pretty much to Andor. So it's time to ramp it back up, guys.
Next week is going to be good. We got lots of stuff to talk about.
This is where the fun begins.
With
Yeah.
that, we
Yeah.
bid you adieu. We love you guys. We'll catch you later. Thanks, Jaden Meganetti Spaghetti. We love you. Spaghetti is my favorite food, so that's not an insult. Don't cancel me. All right.
Canceled, bro.
Thanks for chilling, guys. We love you so much. You mean a lot to us.
You do.
We'll see you in the next one.
Peace out.
And you're sounding like a separatist.